We're live.
All right.
Welcome to the Purple Pill Podcast. We're going to drop the most game you ever seen. And we're going to take your ladies too. Let's go.
Let's fucking go.
Let's go.
Welcome everybody. We got a really special show going on tonight. We're just doing what were we calling this again? A meetup, Dallas meetup. So yeah, this is a really special show, guys. We got a bunch of different people in the house. I will be producing tonight, not actually hosting the show. So yeah, but shout out to Afi, shout out to Alpha, shout out to Rod, shout out to Mike, shout out to our other two guys. Why don't y'all shout yourself out for me so I don't mess it up?
Shout out to J521.
J521. Everybody go follow him right now too, please. He needs a bunch
J5,
more.
He got 36 subscribers.
Yeah, everybody go on Instagram to him, please, as soon as you watch this video, so then we can get his followers up on Instagram. And Brent, where can they find you at?
I'm on Instagram at Brave Brent.
Okay.
How many you got, Brent?
3,500, something like that.
See, that's regular. See.
Yeah.
Okay. So let's go ahead.
I didn't have 36 followers when I started Instagram. I don't know. For some reason, when I started, I already had 100.
Here, let's go ahead and start it off with an introduction, though, from everybody. Brent, start with you, bro. Just give your name, your age, your education level. What do you do for work, bro?
Sure. My name is Brent, 29, based in Dallas, Texas. Main job is a master auto tech at Genesis Hyundai, and then I do my side gig as a certified hypnotherapist.
Oh, holy shit. That's like the coolest side gig ever. I gotta say. Man, I actually need some of your services.
Let's do it, bro.
That's dope. Yeah. And next to you, Rod, what's up, bro?
Yeah, what's going on with y'all, man? Hey, this is Rod Eric in the building. I'm based out of Dallas, 35. I got two side hustles. I run a team here in downtown Dallas with the Hilton Valet, and as well as I help build social media platforms, Discords. And so I'm just definitely blessed to be here, and let's get this thing going.
Oh, yeah, bro. Thank you for coming.
Oh, yeah.
Next to you, Mike. What's going on, bro? Introduce yourself.
What's going on, man? What's going on? What's up to Mike? It's always good to be back on Purple Pill, you know what I'm saying? It's always good to be back. But yeah, man, I'm just an online trainer, you know what I'm saying? And yeah, man, just go follow me on Up the Mic on all platforms, man. Try to get right, you know what I'm saying, in terms of your fitness, mindset, dating, the whole nine, bro. So yeah, man, tap in with me on Up the Mic at all platforms, man. It's a pleasure to be here, bro.
Oh, yeah. What's up, Alpha? You go too.
I'm just a pimp, bro, and an author, bro. That wear glasses.
That's the greatest introduction I've ever heard in my life.
Nice and simple.
Yeah, what's going on?
Yeah, man. I appreciate you for having me on, man. I go by the name of AV, aka Alpha Villains, aka Mr. Weekday Mornings, aka Author Gang. I am a podcaster. I'm an author. You guys can check out my book on Amazon.com, Masculine Compromise: The Journey of Emasculation to Your Emancipation. I got a morning show, Finish Your Breakfast with AV, weekday mornings, 8:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. It's a pleasure to be here, man. I'm ready to kick this game. Let's go.
Hell yeah, bro. And what about you, man?
Hey, what's up? So, can you hear me good?
Yeah.
We got you, man.
Yeah.
You sound real sexy. Let's go.
Hell yeah. Okay, cool. So right now I'm just learning how to do some cybersecurity. So right now I'm just doing me right now, but that's about it.
How old are you?
I'm 29.
29.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. We got some bachelors. We got some bachelors in the
go.
house tonight, guys, for any of my ladies that are ever watching.
Yeah.
But yeah, guys, let's start it off with tonight. We had a really fire discussion yesterday about interracial dating, and I think this is an awesome panel because we're so interracial.
Right.
So I was like, why don't we have a discussion about that? I want to know, what is y'all's personal opinion on interracial dating? Like, is it something that would you date outside your race, or are you the type where you only want to date within your race? We'll start over on the left side with you, Brent.
Yeah, for sure. I think every guy should get out there, try whatever you like. I mean, I'm personally in the candy store right now, trying all the flavors. It doesn't matter, white, Latino, black. I'm out there. I'm trying all of them. And, it's really what you got to do to see what you like. I know what I like,
Yeah.
Let's go.
Yeah, how are you supposed to know? Yeah.
That's it. So I'm telling every guy, get out there, try every kind of flavor and see what you like,
Right.
Yeah, I like that advice, bro. What about you, Rod?
Yeah, I definitely like that. I second that. I mean, you just got to definitely be able to know what you like and get that experience in, especially while you're young. And that way you can know, how to maneuver, when it comes to dating and relationships.
So any flavor for you too?
Yeah,
I'm
open to it. When I'm attracted to a beautiful woman, as long as she's fit, feminine, and in shape, we good. So
Okay.
let's get it.
Well, ladies, tap in if you know.
Yeah.
Mike, what about you, bro?
Listen, man, you know I don't discriminate. Come on, guys. Y'all know I don't discriminate.
Oh,
You know,
we-
I love all my flavors. You know what I'm saying? Whether
we-
it's caramel, chocolate, white. You know, vanilla, man. Listen, I've been off of vanilla for a little while. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, it's boring, but it's reliable though. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
Guys are
It might be
so
time to go back to
Reliable,
it.
right.
Guys are so simple. It sounds like. What about you, Afi?
Man, I'm definitely with the international dating. I feel like everyone needs to at least experience it. A lot of times people are just in their circumference of where they are and they just deal with that. And you're not really learning anything just dealing with that. It's kind of just like me dealing with only the shit that's on this fucking table. See how I make that say how stupid it is?
Yep.
You know? So yeah, this table, this. No, there's all that shit over there too, and shit in there. So you don't know what you like until you tried everything. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, very true, bro. I agree.
Yeah, you guys pretty much stole my thunder, but I will say too, as far as interracial dating or dating outside of my race, I've tried all flavors, and I find that I gravitate more to any woman who's going to be submissive. Whether they're black, white, Latin, it takes the right kind of guy to make or encourage a woman to be submissive. But I don't really give a shit what color she is, as long as she's feminine, she's fit and submissive. However, being older in the 40 club. I will say that my priorities have changed. I will take a submissive woman who's got an average body versus a bitch who's extremely fit and quote unquote bad. Again, I'm older, right? So submissiveness causes me to be colorblind when it comes to interracial dating. But at the end of the day, like these guys said, you got to try. You don't know what you don't want until you know what you do want. So you got to go through the flavors and see who gravitates towards you, and then you take it from there.
Yeah, agreed, man. And what about you?
I'm gonna say it like this: it's just when you learn from the OGs, you know what you should want on the cool. So like you want that bad bitch, but at the same time, it's just like who's good for you at the same time.
Fuck that. Give us that energy you gave us outside. That's what I want to see here.
What you talking about?
Get that shy Timmy shit out of here. We want to see the outside version.
You called him out.
Hey,
He
be
calling
honest.
you
What's
out.
your favorite? What's your favorite type
right
of
now?
girl?
Right,
Yeah.
right now.
Vanilla, chocolate.
What's my favorite type of girl?
Yeah.
Honestly, bro, I like it.
Boricuas.
There you go.
They
Yeah,
talking
all my
that
Puerto,
cold.
Rican, all my
them
Puerto Ricans out
Hispanic
there, you know what I'm
bitches.
talking
I'm
about.
not gonna lie, bro.
You know
I
what
like
I'm
them
talking
Hispanic bitches who are, who know what's up, who are
subservient.
submissive. There you go.
Yeah.
And there's nothing wrong with that. And the thing is, that's beautiful.
Yeah.
And if you want the program, then fuck you.
Yeah.
And you should get the stepping. But
Yeah.
that's what it is.
So like sometimes like the red pill and like the manosphere and stuff, sometimes it gets split and like sometimes people say that there's like black manosphere, white manosphere and stuff like that, and like things are different between each side and stuff like that. Do y'all think that this is something that even matters, or do you think that this is just another way where we're like separating each other? When it really makes no fucking difference. Like we don't need to have different like manospheres and stuff like that. We can all kind of be combined if we wanted to. We'll start.
I want.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
No, you go, bro. Go ahead.
I want to piss people off.
Yeah, go.
Right now. That's what I feel like doing. I feel like pissing people off. Right now. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna take my glasses off to piss people off. So this is the thing, the manosphere, all this shit. You guys are like haters and shit anyways, and y'all extra level pussy chasers because y'all y'all can pop all of this shit, but then at the same time, like I be seeing like you guys simping over certain women and shit like that, and cloud chasing certain women and shit. So it kind of contradicts the whole manosphere shit because you're selective of when you want to be a man.
Ooh, yeah, dude, that's a good point, actually.
Yeah, let me
Suck my
piggyback on
dick.
that. Yeah, let me piggyback on that. As far as black manosphere, white manosphere, I mean, there are certain things that melanated black guys go through, right? That may be a little bit different culturally and different things that white guys go through. But we're all men at the end of the day. We all should be talking a universal language as far as masculinity is concerned. Again, you can have a white guy that can find a quote unquote combative black bitch that's very submissive, or you can find a black dude that makes somebody else submissive. So at the end of the day, we all are men. We should be acting like men and talk a universal language. There are always going to be some cultural challenges or obstacles that we face.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, bro, if we're all masculine and we gravitate to people who want to fuck with us, go to girls who want to fuck with you, then you kind of take away all the fucking heavy lifting out of the whole process and shit. So the black manosphere, white manosphere is cool. I don't really participate in shit like that. I'm just a man.
Yeah.
And whoever wants to fuck with me, as long as you're like-minded with me, I don't care what color you are.
Oh yeah, bro. Who's next? Who wants to go next?
I'm gonna say it like this. It's just I'm gonna piggyback off of AV. It's just the chick who really likes you, she's gonna fuck with you, and who's not, you're really gonna tell. You're gonna be like, oh well, what is she doing, and how come she's doing it? Like you won't be having these questions. You'll just be like, damn, this bitch is really submissive and she's really flowing with the flow. And it's just like, what do I do with this? And like, how do I make it spicy? And what do I do with this? And she's really feeling you, dog. Like, for real. Like, it's just, when a bitch is feeling you,
Right.
you gonna know.
Right.
For real.
Yeah.
Right.
That's what I gotta say, for real.
Yeah.
I say it. So I think when it comes to like the manosphere, because we have so much competition that's going on, right? And with the of social media and like with all this information age, like every man there's an invisible burden of performance on every man. So now it's kind of being put in front of you versus the OGs like breaking it down for you. Now it's kind of like out there.
Right.
So what's happening is that we're competing. So the same woman that you might want, like another guy wants.
Sure.
So when it comes to what the discussion was the black and the white, or different ethnic groups and of men, I think that's been the issue, is just the high competitive competition of it, like, and that's where we clash, and I think that's where we have like different ideals, and it just kind of comes against each other. So I think at some point we just have to understand that all men, when it comes to being masculine, we are competing for resources. We're competing for that woman because at some point we want to continue a legacy. We're hardwired to have a legacy at some point. So that's what it is. So just understand and be aware of that. And that's where we'll be able to come together and have that like mind. But,
at the end of the day, there's competition.
Right. If I have insight on information, it's going to be a part of me that's not going to want you to know about it.
Right.
And that's the problem. That's what I think the issue is. So most men need to know that you are competing, whether you like it or not. You are competing.
And I'm glad you said that, because a lot of dudes, we're taught to not compete.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? And, you see fighters, they shake hands after they fuck each other up, right? It's important for us to have that sportsmanship. You ain't got to play a sport to have a sportsmanship. So what you said is important. There is a clash of competitiveness. And what he says is, I'm not supposed to get mad at him because he figured it out before me.
Yep.
Just because we black and look like each other don't mean I got to help you. Just because you're white, you don't mean you got to help each other. That's what they say. You got to uplift each other. And this is why, again, when you have this tribalist or tribalism mentality, you think because we look like each other, we're supposed to help each other. As a matter of fact, unfortunately, in melanated cultures, we don't really help each other at all. This is why, again, individualism. So don't bash a man because he figured it out before you. Don't bash a man because he's not running away from competition. Get your weight up and embrace the competition. You talked about burden of performance. Yes. So you guys have to embrace the burden. There are no shortcuts. You guys would rather listen to somebody on the microphone and do the motherfucking work.
And just to add to that, there's a big disparity in like he mentions competition, right? There's so many guys who watch all this content, right? But they don't apply the information.
Precisely. Boom.
So when you say he says there's competition, right? But just like financially, there's no middle class no more, right?
Right.
And now there's all the women, they're chasing 20% of the guys. Right. So the question is, are you going to do the work?
Have yachts.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So yeah, that's what I think about it. And you brushed on it, like when it comes to sports and understanding, you don't have to have it in sports, but like in general life, just know that. And so when I do eventually have a son or even a daughter, I'm gonna let them know, like, I'm gonna put it in front of them, like, look, when you get into the real world, this is what you're gonna be up against. And you need to be aware of this. And I think that it's too many times where I think parents kind of withhold that from their kids.
Sure.
And what happens is when they get in the real world, now the world is slapping them in their face. And now it's like, oh, I didn't think I had to compete. I thought I just had to participate and I was going to be given this. Nah, when you participate, you have to win and you have to have a competitive edge against you. And just understand, it's not just a loss, it's a lesson. Because those lessons is what's going to help you get to your win. And then the way I see it, there's a piece of what you want out there in the world. It may not be in a first world country. It may not be in a third. Like, you got to learn where you can master the best of who you are. So we live in a first world country, guys. Understand that.
Right.
This shit is like, it's hella competitive. Like, everybody want what they want, and they are willing to take it. And we've seen it in just countless movies, books, all the shit around us. People are willing to do what they need to do to win. So,
I mean, very clearly, to all winners goes to spoils, man.
Yeah,
To
absolutely.
all winners goes to spoils. We live in a capitalistic society, so if you do the work, you're gonna get your fruit.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And
Right.
so many guys now, especially young dudes, like I'm 22, right? There's dudes my age and dudes younger than that. You know what I'm saying? They're taught to just be happy with participation trophies.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But back in the day, I'm sure in y'all's day, right? There was no such thing as that shit. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely
If
not.
you won, you won. But if you lost, okay, cool. I have to feel the burden of that loss, and now I use that to drive me to win.
Precisely.
You know what I'm saying?
Very good.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Are y'all ready for another topic, or did you have something else to say?
Brett, you want to say anything on that?
Yeah, Brett.
Yeah. Let me go. It's funny. I'm 29 now, and as the years progressed, and the more I identify with my masculinity and this burden of performance, the more I compete, the better and better my life gets.
Nice.
So I just keep embracing it. And again, I mean, I'm living the dream over here. I get everything I want.
Sure.
I'm fighting. I'm competing. Life gets better and better. So I love to tell guys, go out there and fight.
Right. Nice.
Let me add this too for the players. You have to know what it is about you that's special before a bitch tell you.
Let's go.
Bars telling, man.
Let's go.
Unpack that, will you?
Hey, yeah, for real.
Some awareness.
Let's go. You can't leave us with that. Let's go.
Back
Bing
that,
bong.
You can't just,
No, man.
Talking to Mike though. Let's go.
Yeah. You gotta. It's like for instance, like some of you cats won't even know you cute till a bitch say it. Like you don't think you cute already.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like the bitch gotta tell you first. You don't.
Right.
When you I know when I look in the fucking mirror, I smile every time.
Yeah.
And I ain't seen zero bitches yet.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I done already smiled at myself like 6 or 7 times. So you gotta have that internal shit, and then and what happens is when you know what is good about you, then you know how to feature that. And once you know how to feature things, you know how to attract things by what you feature.
Yeah. Here, I got to kind of go into something else with that then. What do you think about guys that are doing things to make their features better? Like say a guy just, he just looks like a clown, and like just the poor dude, like he needs some. He's 5'6". Maybe he needs to get the surgery where he gets his knees extended or whatever it is. Like maybe he needs to do some drastic stuff to fix himself. Maybe he needs to put abs into himself because he's not going to go to the gym and get real abs, so he's going to go get the whatever it's called whenever they get the abs implanted or whatever. Do y'all think that this is something that's a good thing for guys to be doing? Is this something that should be a part of the manosphere and like self-improvement or all this?
Let me say this too about all that fucking bullshit. All that fucking it's exterior shit, bro. Yeah. It's not. It's about your priorities, bro. Do you want to fuck bitches or do you want to keep bitches? Facts. Which one it is? Because if you know how to fuck bitches, that's still not teaching you how to keep bitches. And if you know how to fuck bitches, then you're still not keep. It's like you're still in a circle, and you're wondering why. Like, I met her, we did it, but now she ain't fuck. So you're not learning any fucking thing. Yeah, you're going through the same shit. You know what I'm saying? So
you're just paying a cheat. You're just doing a cheat code, and you're not really playing the game.
I agree with Afi. However, I'm gonna say I don't think there's anything wrong with improving yourself. However, again, for me, I always promote free thinking, but I think it should be your last resort. We've simplified and made cheating easy, right? We can get lipo, we can get fucking chin implants, we can get a jaw extension, whatever the fuck they're doing. But again, like Afi said, we can attract a bitch, but can we keep a bitch? And keeping a bitch requires inner game. Keeping a bitch requires monk mode. Keeping a bitch requires knowing that you're cute before a bitch tells you. So at the end of the day, it's a combination. It's an order of priorities, right? So at the end of the day, like he said, order of operation. Have I exhausted? Have I done the work with what God gave me? Have I exhausted it to the point where I have to, or I feel like I earned the lipo, that I earned the abs? Because if you ain't earn it, now you cheating. And then you're going to be back in a goddamn webinar crying with abs and a fucking body, and you still ain't got no bitch. So it's all about inner game. So for me, I don't think there's anything wrong with a guy nipping and tucking. Do whatever the fuck you want. But did you do the work though? Did you earn that surgery? If you ain't earn it, then don't do it. You know what I'm saying?
Let me say this: like the players, y'all gotta understand. See, y'all niggas be having this shit all wrong, bro. And I just be on the sideline laughing, shaking my head like these guys don't know fucking shit, bro. Every fucking day, I just gotta laugh at you. A lot of y'all guys. So this I'm serious though. Like, put it like this: like, you know, I'm like 6 feet, 240. I can anybody roll up in here in a 6-pack, they doing all this sit-ups, I can still take your bitch. Because I understand women more than you. See what I'm saying? So you think you got it, and you like, oh, I made it. I had a 4-pack, now it's 6, I'm complete. I got a fucking stomach and shit. I still take your bitch. And it won't even be, it ain't even that hard. Because I know how to like scale her and be like, oh, she that kind? Let me feature these parts of me. You see what I'm saying? So it's just different little shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and no, I always feel the same way, bro. I get made fun of all the time because I'm the one guy in FNF Dallas that doesn't get to go to the gym or do anything, but I still be getting all the bitches. Yeah.
Don't get it fucked up. Let's go.
It's the real stuff. Like you, man, I'm telling you. See, like this is the problem, and see, for me, it's a disclaimer. I'm talking from my own experience, but I'm also talking from being a coach, but for dating mindset coach for 5 years now. So this is the problem is, okay, so we got two people, option A and option B, right? So option A person, he's getting his money together. He's getting his frame together. He's getting his body, all this fucking bullshit. And for the bitches though. So when you go into something for something, it's different than when you do it for yourself. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So when you do it for yourself, then you attract what comes to you because you feel good already because you're doing it for yourself. When you're doing it over here with the coke bottle, you're doing it with the bitches. So now it's like, so okay, so you got a 10 push-ups. You like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Where's the bitches? Where's the progress? So you're worried about the wrong fucking shit when your sole part of self-improvement is to get laid. You see, it's a different level of shit. You self-improve, and then you get more confident, and then for some reason, because you cats don't understand real fucking game like charisma and energy because y'all don't know shit. But I'm trying to teach y'all. Women will come to you and they won't even know why they coming to you. They don't even know. They're just like, it's something. I don't.
That's
even,
that energy right there.
They talking to their friends. I just met this guy. It's just, I don't know. It's just something.
He's not even my type.
Right. It's how we say
But
it.
guess what? I know what it is, and that's the fucking difference.
Let's go.
And that's the thing, bro. Like you gotta, and what that really stems from is that you knowing and loving yourself. And see, the thing is that bitches will know what's up at the end of the day. They will know when you love yourself. They'll be like, "What's he got? What's he doing?"
Thank you, because I'm about to drop some heavy pimp game on y'all cats right now.
Let's go, homie. Let's go, bro. Let's go.
Piss people off again. So check this out. This is some real fucking game. That this fucking bullshit.
Fuck all that bullshit. Let's go.
Y'all ready? Most women don't even love themselves for real.
Facts.
It's fake.
Facts.
It's fake.
Facts.
Why would a bitch post a picture of herself and if it don't get 100 likes, she take it down? Because it's more about the out than the in, right? So let's bring that point around. So bitches don't really love a lot of them. They don't. They pretend, right? So they want to be around a man that feels the way that they wish they felt about themselves. Oh man, come on, man. Y'all can't fuck with me.
Give me some, bro.
Copy that. Put my polo hat on.
Shit,
Blow y'all heads off and shit.
That's a fact.
Never even said it before.
So
I
mean,
better not hear it out of nobody's mouth either.
Yeah.
I guess to just kind of sum everything up from what they were saying, like the guys, like it goes back to the priority. So, having a 6-pack or trying to do the whole artificial thing, it's only temporary, right? It's not long lasting, right? It goes back to what I was saying earlier about a legacy. So a legacy is long lasting, right? So if you put in the work and you actually go through the process and go through that pain, then on the other side of pain is what, you'll see like when I work out, for example, I use myself. I mean, I've been pretty much in shape my whole life, but I've had to work it's like I had to work a lot harder to maintain it.
Right.
Because it was like God blessed me with a certain physique, but I had to still maintain by going through like strenuous and hard, stressful work.
Sure.
So I take pride in that, and I think that's where you have to develop that skill in your mindset and be around, certain people, because you are the 5 people you hang around. So you got to be able to develop the mindset, go through the process, and then see the results and just enjoy what you did and look back at what what you were able to accomplish.
Right.
And that's where you'll be able to kind of see and separate yourself from everyone else. So the artificial thing, man, for the ones that want to do it, you live in a first world country where you've been given the right to do what you want to do.
Right.
You can do whatever you want to do. So you pay taxes. Well, some of us do. and you have a constitution, and you have things, you have rights, right? So if that's something you want to do, just understand there's consequences to your actions.
Right.
And that shit is going to eventually catch up with you, with which we see a lot of women. They're doing a lot of things to their bodies, and then they see later on in life, it's just, it's not well put together. So that's my take on it. But I mean, to each his own. You do you go from there. Competition.
Let me add this, and I can even be accountable for myself just to teach the lesson. So, like the value shit or whatever. Like, so when I turned 30, I felt like I was a grown man now. Like, it's the next level. So let me start wearing fucking suits and shit.
Oh yeah.
Right? So I wear some suits. Now women are giving me choosing signals and all that bullshit, right? I was waiting for choosing signals. Now I got them. Now I can activate. I got to get the choosing signals first, right? Stupid shit.
Let's
right?
go.
So look. But even then, even though me wearing a suit and I'm 30 and I'm getting the results that I think I want, but the whole thing is I'm not that comfortable because I'm not a suit guy. So even though bitches are still liking me and shit, it's the inside of me. I don't feel comfortable. So even though I'm getting results, that's not where my shit is. So then, even though my shit out on the exterior is coming in, my shit is just like, I feel like a fucking businessman walking around. Like, am I going to an interview or am I going to the fucking something? Like, I don't want to just be, it's Tuesday. What the fuck am I 3-piecing this shit up for and shit? Because I'm grown. Like, no. So I feel awkward and shit. So even though women will be like, oh, you got a nice suit on, my internal shit is like, I don't feel comfortable where in my skin right now.
Yeah.
Yep.
And that's real truth, because I've honestly I've been there before. It's just like, you look good in a suit, 3-piece suit. You're just like, yeah, look at me type shit. But at the same time, you look at yourself and you're just like, this ain't me.
Yeah.
And then when you
like, what am I in the Matrix? I'm fucking Anderson just walking around and shit. Like, why am I'm going to Target. Why the fuck do I have a suit on?
For real, bro. No, for real. Cause
just having that social awareness. Yeah. I'm glad you mentioned that, because and a part of a man, it goes back to what I was saying again, like the competition, being comfortable, you have to learn how to be comfortable being uncomfortable, right? But at some point, that doesn't last forever. So you understand that when you are socially aware, when it's time to put on your best, right? We know in the past that normally when a person's in a suit and they look sharp and they smell good, that breeds a level of success.
Sure.
So you know that, okay, in this moment, at this time, this is the time to put on this front.
Right.
And I think in America, or in the first world country in general, you have to be aware as men. You have to understand when it's time to do it and when it's not time to do it.
Right.
And I think that's where a lot of men are uncalibrated, because they think that, so since I'm a little older, I have to dress like this. Well, no, you could have been doing that a long time ago. Mm-hmm. So I think that some guys get overdeveloped. And I get it. And I think what happens is some guys are just too underdeveloped and overdeveloped, right? It's just too much. So women kind of like that in between having enough of here and here and here. So it's just it's all development, and understand that you are competing. You know what I'm saying? So that's my take on it. Just understand that there's a time where you're going to be uncomfortable. It won't last forever, guys. But just understand you got to go through that process to know who you are and how you can get out of that. And then when it's time, man, you can let loose and then, go from there. So, it's tough.
Brent, what do you think about guys that want to, modify, edit their body, like take the cheat code, I guess, to look better?
Yeah, no, I'm all for it, for maximizing the exterior of your body, but it will not get you the life you want. You need to sort out your inner game. Obviously I'm big with MLD. Shout out to him.
Oh, yeah.
Money, Muscles, Game Frame.
Nice.
We're massive on sorting out your inner game. And what we define inner game is belief in yourself, high self-esteem, confidence. Once you get all that sorted, the life you want will come. The money will come.
Facts.
The girls will come. Everything will come that you desire. I mean, listen, me and Offie go way back. We go back 3 years.
Yeah.
Nice.
We've been in webinars together where I was struggling with girls. I was striking out over and over and over again. And he would try to coach me, but my inner game was screwed up and we couldn't put it to work. I was like hitting a wall with his expert level game. Like, he's one of the best in the business. I love this man to death over here.
Thanks, bro.
But all his advice.
Come on, bro.
There go that competition. There go that competition
I know.
again. I'm telling you.
All his advice, I couldn't implement it because my inner game was trash. So once I sorted that, I took in his information, took in his game. I apply it now. I'm living the dream right now, guys.
Nice.
Yeah.
Here in the game.
And real quick, ain't that a trip how, like, the timing of information? That's what I'm a master of. That I like information, and I just put it in all my cargo pockets and shit like that. Because people fuck up because they only value information they need at the time when they need it.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
I do see a lot of that.
Nah,
Yeah.
you need to have your CAT. You gotta have your carrying all the time.
I can say, like I do it. Say I do a YouTube video and say how to deal with a breakup. Well, somebody will watch and be like, "Well, I got my girlfriend. I don't need to know that shit." Yes, the fuck you do.
Yes,
though.
you do.
Yep.
You still need to
It's
fucking know
around
that
the corner.
shit.
Yeah.
But then, so you skip that video, and then your girl break up with you. What was that one? What was it again? Like, see, you're supposed to listen to all of it. You know what I mean? Because once you know things, you can dish the shit out as you need to. The important part is knowing the shit be able to dish out.
To apply, just it's like the character Batman, right? He has a utility belt, so he has certain things that he can pull out in the time when he was really good at that. Bruce Wayne was really good at pulling his resources together to maximize his effort, and then he was able to apply that. So I'm with that, and like knowing you got to have certain information. Like, it's certain books that I read that I'll kind of like I'll listen to, or I'll read it and I'll be like, okay, I know I'm gonna need this in the future at some point. So shout out to you for that, because that as a man, you gotta have that, especially if you're trying to cultivate a family and you have a woman and then you eventually have kids. You gotta know when and to have selective information. So shout out to you for that.
Thank you, man. Yeah, you gotta you gotta just be addicted to information, and then, like I said, when you master the information, you can just you just throw that shit out like frisbees. Like, even I'm gonna say some controversial shit. I feel like that this is my journey. I feel like everybody should sell you pimps. Do you want to put a bitch on the track? That's up to you. You ain't got to do that, but it's about the dynamic of relationships. That's what it's about. She doesn't have to go out and sell pussy and give you money. It's about the dynamic. Like, for me, I'm very misogynist. That's mixed with pimp shit, because so most guys value women and pussy the most. So if you were a pimp, you value money the most. And so it makes it weird because the women are used to everybody valuing her pussy and shit the most, and then this guy over here doesn't care about it at all. So it just like, you know what I mean? So it's the dynamic. Like, for me, it's weird to do a lot for a woman and she hasn't did anything. Like, it's not a rule for me. The feeling of it feels weird.
Let's go.
Like, if you tell me some shit, if you tell me, man, I took this girl, first day I took her to coffee, and then I took her to Benny Hans, and I took her to Crustacean, I'm looking at you like, what the fuck for? I don't like. It's not even like you're it's not like you're breaking the rule. In my mind, is like how does that happen? Like, how does your mind? Like, this is that embedded in me. Like, how does your mind tell you that that's okay? Like, it's that deep of a thing. Like, she's just a woman. Like, how? I just meet a woman off the street. How does she deserve a $250 meal just because she got a pussy? Because at the end of the day, she can't get fucked without me.
It just boils down to having a scarcity mindset as a guy. If you were truly in abundance, you wouldn't do that stupid shit.
Yeah.
You know what's crazy too? What you said was you got to be addicted to information. I think, and that's the problem. Guys are addicted to information. They're not looking for answers.
Yeah.
You guys have more information and less answers. You know, it's kind of like when we talk about dating apps, right? Why do women have so many choices, or why don't they leave us on red? Because they have so many motherfucking choices.
Right.
Yep.
They can't make a choice. So when we have an abundance of information, everybody's got a goddamn podcast. Everybody claims they're fucking red pill. Everybody claims they got fucking game. And a lot of guys are left with no answers.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So we become programmed to seeking information without applying it. And the only way you can get an answer is by taking the information, applying it, and
Apply it.
seeing whether it
Application.
fucking works or not.
Well, let me say this.
Go for it.
I'm addicted to results.
Boom, bing bong.
There you go.
Yeah.
Right there.
Results get my
Bing
dick
bong.
hard.
Results, not effort.
Results get my dick hard over a fat ass.
Right, and that's the thing. So, guys, focus on results, not effort. I mean, the effort is you guys typing in the channel, super chatting, support your people, bro. We're not here to steer you. However, are the results? I know that their results are good. They got great studios. They got all the trinkets that you will never fucking have. But are the results applicable to your life? So at the end of the day, be addicted to information, but look for results. That's very important.
Yeah.
And realize too that everybody's different. Like me and AV was in the room talking. I even had to check myself, not check myself, but think about it. I was just like, my sister had sent me an email, and she's like, she knows I'm an artist. I mean, well, duh, she's my sister. But I'm so used to talk about bitches. I'm referring to her. No,
Right.
but this is my sister, so she knows I'm an artist. I'm a sculptor and shit. You wouldn't be able to tell that if I didn't tell you that, though. See,
Right.
but the whole point is like. So she sent me this thing, and then just about sitting. One of my goals for the year is to get my art in an exhibit. I don't give a fuck if I get $5 or $50. It's just some shit for me. But just that idea really excited me. The same way you would get excited if you got two bitches coming to your house. You see what I'm saying? So like it's mindset of people and things like in value and just I don't know, just valuing certain things. And I always tell people just through coaching, like, if you don't know why you're born, you ain't lived yet.
Yep.
You see what I'm saying? I know why the fuck I'm born. Fuck these hoes, fuck this marriage. I'm here to write. What's the writing do? Okay, so what's the writing do? It's not a fucking thing that just makes me feel good. No, I know that the shit that I thought in my mind is gonna affect people after I die. You see? It's a different level of doing everything when you know that.
Very important. Very important what you said. And guys, too, also, let me piggyback on that. You know, women are spoils of war. I think you said that. You know, we deserve it, or whatever you decide to do. Use them as trinkets. Use them as assets, right? We always talk about assets. Mm-hmm. Don't spend your money. Create assets so you can live off of those things and buy the things, the frivolous things that depreciate. Mm-hmm. Women depreciate, right? I'll tell you one hot bitch. There's a guy that's tired of banging her, right? Yeah, so at the end of the day, guys, what he said is very important. It's not about you guys being excited about bitches. Once you're done being excited about a bitch, then you move on. Mm-hmm. That's the thing. You guys are prioritizing the wrong thing. So make sure that you guys, whatever you guys decide to get excited about, there's going to be a return. Because most bitches will extract resources, your time, your money, for the same pussy that she was doing and the same shit that she's doing that you did the last guy. So we have to kind of shift it. We all like women here. Let's not get it fucked up. But at the same time, let's start focusing on things that's going to give us a return. And most of the time, women will not give you a return.
Amen,
Bingo.
bro.
Yeah.
I would add to that, like, men, like, this is what you got to understand. Men, like, for the ones that don't know, like, you was born to be a conqueror. Right. So you want to go and conquer things. Right. You hear these marvelous stories in the past where you had, men that wanted to conquer, like Alexander the Great and people like this. So it goes back to what you mentioned about, you want to get to a certain level where you're conquering things and you see the results of what you conquered. Right. So get out there, continue to compete. And once you get that woman, like you said, it's a depreciating asset. So once you've conquered her, right, you have to understand that there's an abundance of other things you have to go and to conquer and to accomplish. Right. So once you learn that and understand like that process, you're going to go through, certain things in between that. Once you understand that and you get the result that you want. And sometimes, a lot of times you may get the result and you're not satisfied with it. Like he mentioned, if I make a painting and I don't get paid for it, it was the thrill of actually just going through the process of doing it and accomplish it. Right. Take your small wins in those small windows, and then you'll get your bigger win. Like I try to do the analogy of football. I used to play football, right? So you have the regular season, you have the preseason, you have the regular season, and then you have postseason, and then you have the Super Bowl, right? So those players have to go through a process, right, in order to get to that championship.
Right.
But they have to take smaller wins to get to the bigger win, right? They have to go through regular season wins. They have to go through a postseason. Then they have to go to a Super Bowl and actually win it. So just understand, like, those that setup comes from somewhere.
Right.
And once you learn that, I'm telling, man, like, you'll be able to see more results and you'll get to where you really want to go ultimately. So, and that's a legacy. So,
You say you're gonna conquer a woman, bro? You're a misogynist.
see, there we go, right?
Yeah,
Nah,
go.
man,
Yeah,
but real
yeah.
quick, you know, when it comes to women, the more you invest, like you said earlier, the more you invest, the less you tend to get back.
Right.
And you have to think, guys, intrinsically, when women see that you're putting your all into them, because inherently, guys, women, they don't think they're shit. They know they're not shit. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
They didn't they get attention as soon as they're of age because of how they look, right? So if you're able to just really not invest so much into her, do other shit in your life, she's gonna be able to see that. Because if you're giving so much energy to a girl, she's gonna be like, yo, what the fuck, doesn't this guy have anything else to do? Like, why is he putting so much energy into me? Ew, I'm repulsed. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So you just got to be able to really just do what you got to do, build yourself up, and then she's gonna see that and gonna want to be a part of your aura.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? Guys are just trying way too hard, man. You know what I'm saying? Try hard on yourself. Put that energy in yourself, man. You know what I'm saying? Go hit the gym.
And to be fair, it's easier said than done. It sounds hot. I mean, what we're saying is the truth. But from speaking for me, you know, I can say this with conviction because I've been through the shit where I was putting a lot of energy and I had to learn the hard way. You know, I wish I had OGs. I wish I had YouTube to kind of help guide me. And even if I did, maybe I wouldn't listen because some of the best lessons are when you fuck up on your own.
Facts.
But take advantage of this, guys. We're older. Some of us are younger, but these guys are wise for their age. At the end of the day, man, you know, put that energy into yourself. When your spidey senses are tingling and you feel like something may be off, more than likely it is.
It is. Yeah.
Don't investigate it. Put more energy back into yourself. Do an extra rep. Fast. Do something that's going to invest in yourself so that way you can transition easier when you move on to a next bitch. Because at the end of the day, it's always be closing, right? It's always be closing. It's an assembly line. So that's why you build the abundance. Abundance mindset doesn't come from just saying I have an abundance mindset.
Right.
Abundance mindset comes from building abundance.
Yes.
Comes from
Okay?
It
It
comes
comes
from
from
results.
mindset.
I'm big on that.
Results.
Right.
I'm huge on that abundance mindset.
I would say too, focus on the lesson and not the experience.
Boom.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Right.
Fuck the ride. What did you get out of the ride? Because what you figure out, what you get out of the ride, you apply that shit for moving forward.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Because guys, you gotta understand. Think about it. Oxygen, right? We have such an abundance of it. Do you even think about breathing?
No.
Right.
Apply that same mindset into dealing with chicks, man. Work on yourself so that now it's that shit's passive.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Now you don't even gotta think about the shit.
Right.
Just
You know what I'm
get
saying?
it.
Passive. Very important word.
I'm going to move on to another topic. This is something that somebody kind of talked about. You know, the 5 people around you is who you're going to kind of become or who you are. What happens, because a lot of us in the manosphere, a lot of us guys, we're in groups of other men. What happens when one of the men in our group is falling short? He's a brother isn't doing what he needs to be doing to step up or to be where they need to be mentally, physically, whatever it is, financially. What do we do to bring that man up? Do we drop them? Do we let them go? Do we or what specifically can we do to help them out in those situations?
It's gonna be controversial. Who want to go? I go first.
Yeah, you go first, Rob.
There's casualties in war. It goes back to what we talked about, like a man that's not like we're training, we're trying to get into the battlefield of just business and life and getting what we want, right? But at some point, what's gonna happen is somebody's gonna fall off, and what happens is it's kind of like what they tell you on the airplane. When the I forgot what they call it, the oxygen mask, when it deploys, it tells you to worry about yourself at some point.
Right.
Yep.
So you can't, by the time you get to trying to save someone else, when they've been told like what's gonna happen, what you need to do, what happens is you both end up dying, and no one can get anywhere. So at some point you realize like there's only a certain amount of time where you can tell somebody or tell a man like this is what you have to do, and if they're completely stubborn, there's casualties in wars. Something they're gonna fall off, and somebody's gonna replace them. That is the hard. Like I hate to say it like that, guys, but like this shit is so competitive that someone will take your spot. Right. And if you are not on your shit constantly, consistently, you're gonna fall off and somebody's gonna take your spot, and then you're gonna be coming at me saying, why didn't you do this? No, bro, you have to hold yourself accountable for yourself so that we all can eat and grow from each other. But it's tough, man, because some guys, man, they'll just kind of just hang around. And it's like, man, if you was in a business, they would fire your fucking ass because they can't. It's like you're not producing results, right? And in a business, if you're not producing, then
You're negative.
you're negative. There's no, I can't stress it no more, guys. Like, you have to continue to improve. If you're not, especially nowadays, if you don't improve, you will get left the fuck behind. Like, learn that shit. Like, real talk. So that's my take on it.
It boils down to that friendship at the end of the day is just exchangement of values. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you're friends with somebody, that's because he's giving you some type of value, right? And if you're seeing that they're slacking, because men and women alike, they have priorities, right?
Sure.
If were going to do something that's important to them, they would do it. You know what I'm saying? That you won't have to tell them twice about it. Or like, yeah, like I get it. If it's a friend that you've had since the sandbox, then okay, I get it. Give him an opportunity to improve. But at the end of the day, if he's not going to improve, then that's on him. You know what I'm saying? As men, we're constantly trying to improve in this capitalistic society that we're in. We got to be able to just, move on and push forward without you if need be, especially if we're a unit trying to accomplish something together. You know what I'm saying? We can't have, you're only as strong as your weakest link, right? And that shit is so true. If somebody's holding you back, how you're going to be able to reach your potential as a group? You know what I'm saying?
Tough, man.
Yep.
It's tough, man.
Yeah, who's next on this one?
It's tough.
I take it. I would and this isn't like a rule or a principle. I'm just telling you like what I do. So this isn't, even though I'm saying it, I don't know, it's not game, so you don't have to follow it. I'm just expressing to y'all like my personal shit. Like, you like the about the 5 people thing. You gotta, well, you don't have to, but I separate. Like, there's friends, there's teammates, and there's brothers. It's different, 3 different things. People will hear 3 different words and think it's the same thing, and it's 3 different things. Because you can be my teammate, but that don't make us brothers. You can be my friend, that doesn't make us teammates. You know what I mean? So you just gotta know, and different expectations come from each of those, and different motivation. You know what I mean? Like for instance, okay, so boom, I was talking about this earlier. Like, so one of my first publisher that I had, I think he published my first 15 books. It sounds funny. He published my first 15. He published my first 15 books, and we got into a rift because I couldn't find him for like 3 or 4 months, right? And I'm sitting on these books and shit. I'm like, what the fuck, bro? Like, get this shit together. Like, I did my part.
Results.
My part is the writing shit. Your part is the 5x7, all the fucking bullshit. Like, that ain't that. You do that shit. I couldn't find his ass. and I could have easily went and found another one, but I have loyalty to him because 15 is a lot. That's like a lot of people's whole life books. So it's like, it's hard for me to move on. It just be like, oh, fuck, I'll be get somebody else. And then it so happened, I've seen him on Instagram, and he had a girlfriend and fell in love. And that made all the sense because I seen him playing guitar for his girlfriend on her birthday. And then, it sounds funny, but to me, it's just like, okay, this explains everything. Because sometimes guys fall in love and they make that and they just think that's it for them and shit. And it's like, bro, this is money, bro. Like, come the fuck on.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But so that was more of a teammate, because teammates can do their own things. Yeah, y'all win together, y'all lose together. But like, what's the fucking guy? Jr. Rich, whatever. You know what I mean? Like, the teammates. When you have like friends, brothers, like friends is one thing. That's like, y'all might have like went to elementary school and shit together, so y'all friends like that. Brothers is more of a bond. Teammates is just more of a exchange. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
like with him, it's just like, damn, bro. But then it just made sense. It's like, okay, so that's what I'm saying. Like with the teammates and shit, like everybody doesn't care if the team wins or not. You see what I'm saying? So you got to understand that part. So just because y'all playing in the same shit, you know, I might have hit for 36. You got 2 points. You don't give a fuck. You know what I mean? You got your money. So it's just like, so you got to understand that everybody doesn't have the same like intent as you do. And you feel like because y'all got the same jersey on and shit that it's the same thing, and it's not. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm playing sports to okay, boom, perfect example. Like okay, so I'm playing sports so I can get to the league, right? So what you get to the league, what's the main shit for money? I want to play sports to get to the money so I can take care of my family because my family never had shit. There's the other guy over there, option B. He want to just get his shit together because he want to buy chains and fuck hoes. It's 2 different things. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Let me. What I will say too. I think we use the term brother too loosely, kind of like love. Not everybody deserves that title, and at the same time, you got to go through some shit. We always encourage guys to vet women. We also have to vet our quote unquote brothers.
Yep.
We have to make sure that how they acted during adversity. We have to make sure that they had the same mindset. Every time the clock strikes 12, it's a new day. I know guys for 20 years that stabbed me in the back. People change, right? So we have to hold ourselves accountable. And we also have to talk about having each other 6. If we are 5 men going into a house, running into a house, and you're not on point,
talk about
and
that
you don't
shit.
have my 6,
Yeah,
my back,
hey,
I can get jammed up. So at the end of the day, you know, this brother shit, it sounds cool, it sounds hot. And just because we fucked hoes together, we've made memories together, doesn't mean that we have the same intent.
Thanks.
So it's all about discernment. So be weary of a man who takes offense to you expecting things from them every day, because I have to prove my value to my brother just like he proves his value to me. Right. Because at the end of the day, we are brothers, but anything can happen. So when the clock strikes 12, we all have to reset. So I think that it's not our responsibility to hold a brother up if he's not holding his part of the bargain. If he is holding his part and he fall on hard times, then we pick our brothers up. But is he worthy? Yeah. If he's not putting any fucking work in, brother, you just pick him up because we got history. Fuck that, because you'll get burned every time.
And just real quick, so I see a guy, big boy. So you a big boy. I'm about to advance your mindset because it's small. Okay, so I can already tell it's small, but what you're focusing on, bro? So let me just teach you a little lesson, little boy. I'm a black dude. I just told you I published 30 books. You got some slick just to say, you fucking asshole. I'm not bragging. I'm telling you my accomplishments. Right? So you don't know what that feels like because you ain't did it. You see? You don't you see? Is that I'm bragging? No, I'm not bragging. Like, no. Have you published a fucking book? No. Publish a book and then let's have a conversation. Or 2. You see? It's like that small mind that it's like you want to pull your dick out. You want to try to minimize my shit because it sounds too broad for you. You see, that's not how you win in life, homie. That's not. You got to big your people up. Like just that one little line. I don't care, but it's just like it just shows me where your mind. Because after all the shit that we said, what the parts that stick out? We've been on here kicking bars and all of this shit, but that little part just got you when I said the book shit. See. It's this little stuff like that. You gotta grow the fuck up, bro. And it's or change your name from big boy to small boy. No, I don't think books is the only way to come up. I think if you want to talk shit, put a picture up first.
That shit crazy.
YouTube,
I know you think you about to go back and forth with me, but we're done now. I just had to address you.
I think we got Brent and
I got millions of fucking views, homeboy.
Yeah. No,
it's probably a bot.
Jay, you can go. What do you think about the guys in the, or like if you have a guy that's falling short, you know, in your group, like what do you think the best, you know, solution is for it?
I mean, excuse me. If he's falling short, then honestly, he's showing who he is. And if you got a true team around you, then
there's no excuse, huh?
There's no. That's the thing, because you won't have any excuse. Because if you got a team of some true players, some true pimps, like they'll
like I'm a true pimp. I just wanted to fuck with him because I just wanted to do it.
And see, that's the thing, because true pimps.
I can't take a joke. It's funny to me that I can fuck with you. Are you that smart? Do you see that part? It's funny to me how I can fuck with you.
And see, you gotta have true pimps and players like that on your team.
It's all love. I mean, I'm just fucking with you.
That's
You
the
can't
thing.
take the joke. See, I just want to fuck with you because I can do it better than you. That's all.
That's the thing.
Beef.
And,
We know beef. Subscribe to my fucking channel. I've seen you 5 fucking free books.
and that's the
It's-
thing,
it's all-
bro.
it's good.
Because Offie will punch you in your fucking chest, but he'll do it with love that you won't even know that he's punching your chest, and then
Yeah.
you'll be like, "Oh wow, okay, oh so I'm learning it this way," and then next thing you know, you're becoming you're you're becoming a better man. Lo and behold, because Offie's helping you. Like for real though, like it's just you gotta humble yourself to the real shit. Like, not no bullshit, not no like, oh well, they said this and that. No, it's just like, you know what I'm saying. So
Yeah. Hey Brent, what do you think about about?
Look, I made you pay. You see how I did that? I did that on purpose, bro. I literally said I'm gonna fuck with him. Now you super chatted. Thanks. See?
Hey, thank you.
Because
appreciate you.
my energy because you showed me my energy is so high that it makes you feel some kind of way. So I said, let me fuck with him for a minute. But it's all good. It's all love. I just want to do that for a second. That was just to teach you a lesson. So I'm just telling you that you don't got to keep saying shit in the chat because my lesson was already done, and my lesson obviously ain't for you. Because what's more important is not what's important to you is getting big up on me than actually learning the value of what the fuck we're talking about. This is a whole man talk. A round table. You feel me? I'm not here to entertain you. I'm just funny like that. That's all. So it's cool. It ain't no beef, homeboy.
Yeah. Brent, what do you think about, if a guy's falling short in your guy group, a guy around here in Dallas, if you had one, what would you do?
So I'd go talk to him, see what's going on with him. I'd give him a chance to, get his shit together. I'm a very understanding person. Shit happens in life. Sometimes very bad shit happens in life. And if he's putting effort to rectify the situation, I got him. Whatever he needs, I will help in any possible way possible. But if he doesn't care, if he's not putting in effort, if he's not trying to change, I have to drop him.
You can only do it for so long.
Yeah, that's it. Because he will
what I was
drag me
on.
down like
With
an
him.
anchor.
Yep.
And I can't have
Facts.
that. I'm trying to level up every single
do it.
day, try to improve myself every single day.
Right.
And I can't have that energy around me. I just
Right.
can't.
Yep.
You know, it's a trip to me too. And then shout out to Facebook because it's just like, you see all your friends from high school and shit like that, college,
Yep.
and it's just like, wow, like
They
some
watching
people never fucking change
Yeah,
though.
they watching you. Yeah.
Like this is like I don't know. I've had friends that they're literally the same person that's 40 as they were at 20,
That's crazy.
and
man.
it's just kind of weird to like see it sit on the other end. Like this motherfucker is the same. Like there has been no evolution. Like have you had any new experience? Like you're literally the same talk, same dress. Like I don't know. It's just weird to me how people just stay complacent of just where they are in life, and not even just. It's not about having like things, but just I don't know. It's just weird to me how people just go in their life and it's like a video game. Like they don't
NPCs.
y'all don't realize y'all only got one of these, right? Y'all know y'all already know we got one of these fucking things. That's
There's only
it.
one life.
So once you die, that's it. So but it's like guys be just living their life like, oh, I got some more quarters left. No, the fuck you don't. Once you put the quarters in, you play and then you die. Like so it ain't like, oh, I did a bad job with that. Let me just give me a change. Let me add four more. Like it don't go like that.
Yeah, and that's very important what he's saying too when we're talking about the average of the 5 guys that you hang out with. It's all about accountability. Not only do we have to be accountable with women, we have to be accountable with ourselves. So we have to ensure that we're all growing. Now, we can all grow. We make money. You can drive a Porsche. I can drive a pickup truck. It's not what we're talking about. We're talking about, are we growing together? Is our message growing together? Are we inspiring people? Like, when guys look at us, do the guys want to be like us, and do the women want to be with us? See, that's the shit. So depending on who you roll with, bro, that's very important. Now, it is hard because we're quote unquote have egos and shit like that. But at the end of the day, if we are comfortable in our skins, his ability, my ability, your ability shouldn't really interfere with one another because we all contribute and we all have a similar mission. But again, like I said, bro, this shit it's hard. You know what I'm saying? Especially in the YouTube streets, a lot of egos. You see a lot of infighting, which is not necessarily congruent with masculinity. But at the end of the day, the viewers, you guys listening, man, what you're seeing on the YouTube streets and the beef and all that shit, it's entertaining. But are you growing from that? Are you growing from that? And if the guys that you are loyal to are still talking about the same shit for the past 5 years, and you still ain't get no bitches, you still ain't make the 6 figures that they promised you be fucking making, you may have to look at yourselves in the mirror and maybe reassess the people that you're listening to, because at the end of the day, maybe you don't even need to listen to anybody. Maybe you just need to look in the fucking mirror, talk to yourself, and listen to your fucking self. So that's the real shit right there at the end of the day, because you know, there's a lot of guys that have led us all astray, but it's your responsibility to discern whether this is the right path or not. So, and that's the power of brotherhood, right? Because now the brothers are like, yo, this shit ain't working. We move as a unit, we grow as a unit. You know what I'm saying? But in order to be in that unit, in that brotherhood, we all gotta hold each other accountable. If you're not pulling your weight, bro, you gotta get out.
Bro, that's fucking bars, man.
And the thing is, it's just like, your homies will hold you accountable. They will say like, hey, you know, you're doing this wrong. It ain't right. And, you know, but they will also hear you out. They'll let you voice your opinion. Excuse me. They'll let you voice your opinion, all this and that, to the nth degree. But then they'll be like, hey, you know, this ain't right. You need it. Like you really need to switch this up. Like I see what you're doing, bro. And I feel you, but you still got to switch it up this way to benefit you in the long run. And 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 if you have some real ones and you understand who they are, you'll listen. Yeah. But if you don't, then nigga, you on the wrong path, and that's not for you at the right time. It'll be for you at the right time when it is the right time for you. But right now, it's not for you.
Right.
And that's what I learned from these two cats right here, AV and
Appreciate
Offie.
you, my
I gotta I have to shout them out, and I can't shout out to Offie and AV. Like, these cats have really helped me out and have really shown me the the real path in real life. Like, I'm not gonna lie, some of these motherfuckers are just gonna lead you astray. They're gonna lead you down some like, here, you pay this, and you know this will make you better. Nah, bro, sometimes you just need a conversation. It's simple, bro.
Mhm.
Like, sometimes it is really fucking simple. And I really want to stress that, because sometimes you want to go down some rabbit hole and just like, I have to do this, I have to do that, I gotta do this. Sometimes, bro, you just gotta have someone to listen
Less
to you.
is more sometimes.
Hey, for
Less
real.
is more, right?
And
100%.
and it is, bro. And it's like, it's all love at the same at the same time. So, for real, bro, I just gotta shout y'all out, for real, for real.
Yeah, that's that's why we're bringing up this topic, you know, because like the 5 people around you, like, it's not only that they build you up, but they're also there for you at all times. And like we're not, so as we always talk about on the shows, like, we're not supposed to talk to women about any of our issues or any of our problems. We go to our boys.
Right.
Like that's what our boys are here for, is for us to fucking talk about all of our issues and solve them, because we're problem fucking solvers. We ain't talking about shit for nothing. We talking about to solve this fucking shit. The next thing I wanted to bring up though is, how do y'all think that, as like red pill guys and stuff, how do we handle issues with our family whenever, because you know, when you become red pilled, you become very different from normal people. Like the NPCs, you become very, you can't relate. So like, how are we supposed to handle these type of things, you know? What's the solutions to it? And let's start on the left this time, just with Brent.
Yeah, so that's going to be a good solid test of your frame. I mean, I remember when I first unplugged it a little over 3 years ago, it was hard. You know, I mean, I had to cut off my friends and old family for a while, but eventually, when I come, more true to myself, and I also remember how good it is to have family in your life. Eventually, you bring them back in, but a lot of times they won't accept your new mindset. So it's constant, like a juggling act where you need to be kind of like a normie and kind of red pill at the same time. So it's all about social awareness too.
Right.
So it's all about
Facts.
kind of putting yourself first, but it's also great to have your family and friends around you too. So like I said, it's a balancing act,
Definitely.
Yeah, I would say, like, it goes back to what we were saying, that utility, right? So having certain selective information, when to display it and when not to. So now, like I've told guys in our Discord, that since you're red pill, now the light is really on you. The spotlight is on you. You're the definite leader. So people are looking to you. So you now have to be on your game because they're looking for guidance because everyone else is kind of unaware of what's going on. So when they look to you, they're looking for that guidance, that leadership, and that you're supposed to have as a man. So guys, understand that if you're consuming all this red pill content, with great power comes great responsibility. Uncle Ben told Spider-Man that once he had his power at his young age, what he was on, what he was on, that he had the power to, change the world. So understand that you've been blessed with this red pill understanding. So now it's almost like you have to know that it's on kind of somewhat on you. So just have, when you're around your family and they have these views and things like that, you have to go back to what my man was saying, Alpha Villains, when he was talking about the part where you got to make sure that I just lost my train of thought, but just understand that discernment. That's what I was gonna say. So discernment, just have discernment, social awareness of your surroundings, and then know when to act on certain selective information. And I think that would be the solution to the problem. Just understanding when and when not to apply it.
It's almost like we got to walk through the matrix, like somebody that's plugged back in, and we have to act normal
Right,
while
and
we're
that's
plugged back in.
in the movie, you could see that they would go into the matrix and come out, right? And they would have a strategy when they go back in, and some went in without a strategy, and they either got killed, their character got killed, or they just completely went back down to zero. So just understand, like when you come into the matrix, like there's agents, there's people that can change. It's a lot of that. So be that person in the environment that knows how to dish out and when not to, so that way you can last as long as you can possible. Because like they mentioned earlier, we have this one life, we got to make it count and leave a legacy. What are they saying when you die? What are they saying about you? Were they saying, oh, he was just a prick, a dick type of person, he was on that red pill shit, so he wasn't really? Nah, I was the total opposite. I was the guy trying to help empower and improve people, and men and women. So,
But the thing is though, I gotta
go ahead.
Somewhat as a rebuttal. It's just like if that's who you are and that's how you live your life, then you need to live that all the way through.
Okay.
Like, so if you're this quote unquote red pill dude, then you need to ride that shit all the way out. If that's how you feel, you know what I'm saying. But if you're this thorough dude that is just like, I hate this red pill, blue pill shit, but it's just like, so if you're just this blue pill dude and you hold the door open for women and you love hoes and all this and that, but if that's who you are, you need to ride that shit out to the fucking end.
Okay.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Because from what I've learned, and I won't quit shouting these dudes out, Offie and AV. What I've learned, bro, is that you need to love yourself at the end of the fucking day.
Facts.
Because at the end of the day, no one's gonna love yourself. No one's gonna love you. Like, you may be that nigga, but your bitch won't see you like that until you see yourself like that, and then until you see yourself like that, and even when she sees yourself like that, you got to see yourself more than like that, because your bitch is just following you because of what
Come
you
on
think,
now,
bro.
come on now. That's what I asked for.
Because that's what I'm talking about, bro. Because it's just like, you have to fucking love yourself. Like, you got to love yourself more than your bitch love yourself. Then loves you.
So then let me ask the question. So at some point, bro, like, you can love yourself, but what do you put on this planet to do? Procreate. So you have to be able to expand that knowledge of who you love into someone else at some point. So when you go all the way through, a lot of guys don't know. They don't understand. So what's happened is that they have to have people around them to be able to share the knowledge. And like, it goes back to what he was saying. You got to know when and when not to say certain things. So to go all the way through, I wasn't red pill in the beginning of this. So I had to sit back, learn from people that had that information. And then what ended up happening was I had to gradually understand what was going on. I had self confidence within myself because I was around good enough people, but they wasn't really teaching and guiding me to the point that I am now. So what I'm trying to say is that at some point, you're going to be able to go all the way through, but it's the 5 people you hang around. If it's 4 red pill guys and you the one blue pill, at some point, you're going to stop and say, you know what? This shit, what I'm doing is not working. So when I surround myself around those people, now I can fully go through the whole way through. Now, the guys that are blue pill, casualties of war, they're going to stay blue pill for the rest of their life. And it's just an analogy. But at some point, what I'm getting at is that at some point you're going to ask yourself, okay, when I first go through all of this, you can either take it or leave it. The people that want to stay blue pill, allow them to stay blue pill. I don't have to force them to be red pill. So as I continue to be that example, what I'm saying is that when you leave that legacy, you'll say that, damn, what I was doing may not necessarily been working, but what he was doing was definitely working. So that's what I'm trying to get at. So I don't know if you misunderstood what I was saying. I was saying that that's what it is. Like, you got to know you've been held with a great power, and that awareness. I don't call it red pill anymore. It's an awareness of what it is. So that's what I was talking about.
Can I say something? Or do you have something to say?
Yeah, no, go ahead.
Okay, yeah. So you guys are both spitting facts, but let me piggyback on what he said initially.
Yeah.
You got to love yourself, and I think that when we talk about family, we have to understand that our mother's love is conditional. They say it's unconditional, but it's conditional, right? You got to be mama's boy. You got to do all that shit that is not necessarily congruent with quote unquote masculinity or red pill. This is something that I talk about in my new book, Masculine Compromise, right? You guys can find that on Amazon. Shameless plug. But what I'm saying is, you know, a lot of our family members, right, when we were not raised to be red pill, were accustomed to us being quote unquote blue pill. But when we have an awakening, we come to this content.
Yeah.
They think there's something wrong with us, right? Quick example, I went to therapy for 6 sessions. It was not over a woman. And when I initially told my mom I was going to therapy, she was very happy for me. But when I came out of the therapy, my mother noticed that there was a change in me. Now, I've never been happier or more confident as a result of my therapy. However, my mother was a little taken aback by my confidence that she did not instill in me, me being a little bit, quote unquote, more comfortable in my masculinity. So what he's saying about loving yourself, you have to love yourself because we all understand that love is conditional, right? That's one of the quote unquote red pill mantras. Love is conditional. Fine. But what you're saying, my bro, is about the legacy. When you create a legacy, your legacy doesn't necessarily have to do with your mother and father. Yeah, they got the genes, but you're raising your family based on the shit that you learned from your family and your household. So what we're learning right now, if you guys choose the legacy route, you got to instill the values that you want based on the new information of the red pill, in addition to some of the positive things that you could take from your family. So we're all right. But at the end of the day, how do you deal with family when you wake up? You have to make a choice.
Yeah.
You got to choose
for real.
the person that your family is accustomed to and you being unhappy, or you have to choose your happiness and the new version of you, and then you put your family to the motherfucking test and see, do you guys love me or do you love the old me? And you got to make a choice. Like my man said, with great power comes great responsibility and tough motherfucking choices. Make the choice, bro. But at the end of the day, we turn it on and off. I can still be red pill and live it all the way, but I don't got to tell my mother everything. I can
selective
respect her.
information,
Right. You know what I'm saying? I can selective information, like you said. So I can be respectful and whatever, tell her what she wants because the clock is ticking. My mother's 70 years old, so I'm going to love her because I don't know how much more time she got left. But when I leave her house, I'm still that nigga. Because when you open a door, don't make me a simp. It just makes me a nigga that know that I got to open up a door and shit to get laid. So at the end of the day, guys, it's all about your mindset. What we do doesn't make us. What we think makes us.
That's what I'm saying, because it's the mindset at the end of the day. Because you can think this and that. You can become, I'm the 6 figures this, I'm 6 foot this. That shit don't matter, bro. But if you don't think of yourself and you don't love yourself at the end of the day, that shit don't matter, bro.
Well, I didn't want to move the goalpost, bro. Like we was talking about the argument was being able to stay and go the long haul with this information. That's where the dispute was coming from. That at some point when people get the red pill, they kind of they don't stick with it. And so what I was going at was that it goes back to what I was saying. The end game of it was legacy. Once you come into this awareness of it, I'm gonna stop using red pill. Once you come into this awareness of what you're doing, now you have a great power that you have to continue on for the long haul. So you don't have to pick and choose when you want to be this and when you want to be that. It's just now it comes a part of you. You cultivate this culture that you want around you. So when I look at the red pill, I look at it as the awareness of me being the greatest that I can be. So when I do pass this information on, it doesn't allow the next generation to slip up and go back into that what they would call blue pill state.
It's like
so
cussing.
Yeah,
it's like cursing. You curse. You don't curse around in front of your mother, right? So
yeah, it's selective. Yeah, but
you still that nigga, right?
Yeah. So it's just So that was the rebuttal, like you said, like just understanding, like, if it's going the long haul, like now that I'm in this awareness, I have a responsibility. So now I need to continue to press towards the mark to be the best version of myself. And that's where the loving yourself and that comes into play, because that's the process. But the end game was this. When I got past this, a person can say, you know what, he was the best that he could be. It wasn't me telling myself all the time I can be that. It's other people. The market is determining who I am. And as I leave and continue, my legacy will always continue that. So other people around me are saying, you know what, that guy, he improved and he continued to grow from there. So that's all I was saying about that. So
Yeah. Here,
No, yeah.
I wanted to go back to Mike on the original question though, really quick. Is that okay?
Yeah.
Mike. Yeah. So on the question I was asking though, what do you think people? How do you handle family whenever you go red pill and like you gotta tell them, or do you just not talk to them about it?
No, I mean, when you boil it down, red pill is just a placeholder term for understanding how the world really works, right? And when you understand that, right, you're going to make certain decisions and make certain moves that might upset your family members, or they might support you. You know, it's one or the other, right?
Yeah, you never know.
And if they end up, not supporting what you're trying to do, then listen, I don't like to live with hate in my heart. I truly don't. I don't see any net benefit to it. I think it's just going to be a kind of
it's a
feeling,
cancer.
Yeah, it's going to lead me to a kind of feeling
terrible.
where it's a dead end. It hits a dead end at some point, right? There's no benefit to having hate in your heart. So obviously, when you get to a certain age, right, as a man, you understand how the world works, and you understand that you live in a capitalistic society where you have to perform. So you have to make these choices. You know what I'm saying? And not a lot of guys. We have to understand we're a very small minority of guys in the world who understand this information. A lot of guys, like, my age especially, they don't know any of this stuff, especially Gen Z and all this shit. Like, man, what's going on here is that a lot of these guys don't understand the fight that they're going to be up against.
Right.
And now once you understand this information, right, if your family doesn't support you, then listen, it's okay, mom, I still love you. Or it's okay, pops, I still love you, but I got to do what I got to do to, make my bread in this world, to make my place in this world. And if you don't support it, then it is what it is. I can just love you from a distance.
Right.
I can love you from a distance. You don't have to be where I am in order to try to get to where I'm trying to be. Right. So that's what it boils down to.
Let me say this real quick too. Like before we skip out the family shit. Like for me, doing content was a blessing that I didn't know that came, because you live your life, if you're 10, 15, 20, 25, 30 years, however the fuck old you are, right? So like I started YouTube, I was late 30s, and I didn't get any support from my family, and I didn't really expect it, but the point that I'm making is creating content. It taught me that family was just a word, because I'm able to get the support that I need from strangers. And even if I have my family, I kind of gotta like teach them how to support me, and other people just do it.
Talk about
Facts.
it.
You see what I'm saying? So that's the real game.
Yeah, because sometimes it don't even be their fault, man. Like, what I'm saying? Your parents grew up in a generation prior. The world was a different place back then. So you just kind of have to I don't want to say, just kind of coach them through the process. You know what I'm saying? Like, listen,
Mom. Big boy, I told you it was over like 30 minutes ago. God damn, bro.
Brent hasn't gone yet, too.
But yeah, Brent, did you talk about the family thing?
Yeah, he did.
Yeah. Start. I'm sorry.
Yeah, he was first.
No, he went first.
AV, you have anything to say about the family thing?
Nah, I mean, I kind of touched on it, but at the end of the day, like I said, guys, you got to make a choice. Your family will always be family, but like he said, family is just a word, and family doesn't mean you don't have to be blood related to be family. We have kind of created a family with Discord, meetups, people that have kind of, you put a really good post. You said a client will support you more faster than a family member.
Facts, yeah.
And a lot of times when we're in this niche, they won't support you because they're scared to lose, and what comes at the price of us understanding this information. How much have we lost knowing this information, but how much have we gained?
Yep.
So it's all about quality versus quantity. We may have lost a lot, but the quality of what we've gained surpasses the quantity that we've lost. So at the end of the day, it's all about choices, guys. When you choose yourself, you'll find like-minded men who choose themselves as well. And there's a certain camaraderie and respect there because we all know the shit that we have to go through to be here. So once we're like, yo, what's up? It's like another black dude with a beard that says what's up to me. I don't fucking know him, but he's like, yo, what's up? It's that camaraderie because we all know that we're aware and we lost a lot of shit. So that's where you really find who your quote-unquote family and people who will support you will be.
Yeah.
And that's the thing, because so let's say that your thing is doing Call of Duty. That's your lane. You will find those people who do that same shit, and then that'll be your lane, and you will find those people as a quote unquote be your family.
Mhm.
So put that quote unquote Call of Duty, whatever the fuck that is, into the family, into whatever aspect in your life that you need, and those will be your family. And then that's who you really know. Because I'm not gonna lie, like, that shit does hurt when you really do find out like your family ain't really shit, bro. Like that shit, that like those
Wow.
motherfuckers really like.
You take the titles off and just look at the people who they are.
And see,
Mhm.
and I gotta keep giving you props, bro, because you're the one who taught me that. You're the one who taught me that just like you gotta.
You'll hold on to the title to fuck your whole life up.
And
you know
that
what I mean?
and that's and
You'll have like an auntie and shit. She's the goddamn dope fiend. You keep giving her excuses. She's a fucking stealer. Like, this is what she is. Just because she
facts, bro.
Just because
No,
she's
for
your
real.
mom's sister doesn't make her a better person. That's
And
just,
you know,
but
you know?
but the thing is, just to finish this out, it's just like, so your aunt is a fucking dope fiend, and you want to feel bad for her, but the same dope fiend that you feel bad for, you don't feel bad for the person 2 streets down. You don't feel bad for her, right? So let her go.
Yeah.
But
yeah, so what I always say too to that, guys, I mean, focus on what they are, not who they are. So yeah, she's your mother, but she's also a woman, right? So at the
Yep.
end of the day, you got to focus on what they are. So, I think we talk about software, hardware. At the end of the day, man, we're all human. And we all have our choices to make in our life. Going back to choices. So the choices that you make will be the choices that will either save your life or end your life. So be responsible, hold yourself accountable, and just just because we don't talk anymore, we've grown apart, doesn't mean that I don't love you.
Yeah.
And that's
Yep.
that's something that I had to come to terms with because I don't
For
talk
real.
to my mother as much, but she's pushing 70. I'm concerned about that, but at the end of the day, I can't unsee what we've learned. Right?
Yeah.
That's the gift and the curse for this red pill shit.
Power.
You can't unsee
Yep.
it.
Yeah.
So even though I used to be quote unquote happier when I was ignorant. When I was a quote
Bingo.
unquote simp,
Ignorance
because
is
I was
bliss.
like, I enjoyed the love and shit,
Right.
but now I know it's like I can't even do it.
It's on you now.
It's on
Yep.
me. So at the end of the day, my mother lived her life. I still got time, so I'm gonna live my life to the fullest, and I'm gonna do it in the way that I know that it should be lived because now I have been awoken.
Yeah.
So,
No, facts,
And
bro.
think about it. When a guy becomes RP aware, right? He understands what, because all it means is that you understand what your sexual market value
and
is.
let me ask you this side note before, just like because I didn't know at first when I met you were that young, 22. Like, who introduced you? Who put you on game? You know what I'm saying?
Shit, the internet, man. Because
Yeah.
the internet is a double-edged sword.
No, I'm saying, like, so, like, how did you find it? Like, did you? Okay, like, for my example, I found content. We talking earlier, like YouTube. I didn't even know YouTube about content. I would be like, my
Music
car.
videos
I
and shit.
got a check engine.
Yeah.
Like, how do I treat that? And I
Right.
Google that. Or how do I fucking fix some shit up here? I Google that. I didn't go to YouTube to like actually watch
That's a good
things
question.
other than what I'm doing. So like for me, my shit was Mr. Lucario. Because I don't know if you aware of him,
Ooh,
but
OG.
it's a guy, Tariq Nasheed, and he used to do videos. He used to have a podcast, and then Mr. Lucario was always like had his commercial first, like the Bad Boy membership, blah 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 blah. And then when Tariq Nasheed, he used to just be strictly game and dating and shit. And I just used to like to listen to it for it resonated. But then when he started putting them Hidden Colors movies out, it was too political for me. So now I was just like, let me check this other guy out that's always on this fucking shit. Because I care, but I don't I'm not tuning into your show to hear about the slaves and shit, bro. Like this, I know
Yeah.
it, but you know what I mean. Let's get to this dating shit. How I signed up for. So,
I
and
mean,
then,
I can answer that question.
Yeah.
If Mike, you
Oh, so I mean, going back to your original question, man. If you're asking me how I found out about it, you know, I got to give props where it's due. Shout out to Brandon Carter. You know, I signed up for his course to learn what I know about how to
Nice.
make it as an online trainer, right? And obviously, a
Congratulations, yeah.
springboard off of that. But he has a live training call every Tuesday, right? And I hopped on that call, and he was like, "Shit, I'm sorry, I'm late. I was on a podcast with some hoes, right?" And that podcast is the Fresh and Fit
Fresh and Fit
podcast.
podcast.
You know, give credit where it's due. Shout out to Myron the Fresh, man. I got to give props where it's due. And that was kind of like my first viewing of the information and just like them talking about how the world really works. That opened my eyes. It connected a lot of dots for me that didn't
Right.
make sense for
That's
me
what I
at
was
the
gonna
time.
say.
Right.
Yeah.
And then once I connected those dots, I was like, okay, now unlike many other guys, I wanted to apply this information right away.
Right.
Yeah.
I
Right.
wanted to go ahead and apply it.
And I'm just wondering too, because I kind of like put myself in other people's shoes, and I don't know how I would feel getting introduced to this information at 20.
Facts.
Like it was because I you know
It's radical.
what this shit was already happening. I'm 40, and then so I already know a lot of this shit already. So I wasn't introduced to it. My life introduced me to it. So I'm just, you know, it's just interesting. Like, you know, you go to high school and you're out.
Yeah.
And you just learn that shit this early, like how to, you know what I mean?
Yeah, and just adding to that, you know, when I found out and became aware of this information, like I said earlier, I wanted to apply it as quickly as I could. And like I said, I'm not from Dallas, right? I'm from Nashville originally, and over there, I didn't really find what I was looking for in terms of really just taking things to the next level, right? So I was like, okay, I got to make a move, right? I have to get comfortable being uncomfortable, right?
Nice.
And I networked with a group of guys because, like I said, the internet is a double-edged sword.
Yeah.
It can be to your benefit or it can be to your downfall. You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
And it's all choices at the end of the day.
Right.
And so what happened was that I linked up with this Discord group called FNF Dallas, right? And I was like, okay, you know, these guys, they look like they're trying to make moves. They look like their head's in the right place. And I need to network with these kind of guys. And that's how I met my boy Rod, right? And I was like, okay, you know, shout out to him, you know, for introducing me to the group, introducing me to a group of guys who are trying to do more with
On
their
a path.
lives. Right. And that lights a fire in you. You know, when
Sure.
you see a bunch of guys chasing their purpose, it makes you want to chase their purpose and help other people. And that all in tandem inspired me to start my YouTube channel.
That's awesome.
Right. So,
Right.
Oh, dude.
it's all
So
about
like,
helping people at the end
so
of the day.
exactly what you said was what my next question was actually. How do we know what our purpose is as men? And how do we help other men find what their purpose is? We'll actually start.
That's a good
Let's start with
question.
you again, Brent, bro. What do you think? How do you think guys can find their purpose, or how do we help a guy find their purpose?
Yeah, it's actually quite simple. You just got to go out there and try a bunch of things. You know, see what you like.
The
see
hero's
what you're good
journey,
at.
fail.
That's it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I agree with that. Yeah.
Yeah, just get out there, try a bunch of things, see what you like, see what you don't like. Maybe you're really good at something you never thought of. It's just about getting out there and taking action, pretty much.
Not being scared to try whatever the fuck. Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
What about you, Rod?
Yeah, I'll piggyback on that. I mean, you got to learn, definitely from trial and error, and just understand that there are certain things like you're not. It's kind of like you're not trying to reinvent the wheel, right? There's men before you that went through some of the similar things that you're going through. So trial and error, go through it, a hero's journey, and then you have to have people around you that's gonna help cultivate that mentality, so that way you find like your purpose. Like it goes back to I was saying like what I was saying earlier. We're here to procreate, right? So we're like here to pass on our genes to the next person, right? So it's like you got to know how to zone in a specific, I guess, skill, and then know where to channel that skill into, I guess, better lack of terms of business, and then that business should help draw inspiration, and then that's when you can kind of, I guess, build from that. So yeah, trial and error, go out there and learn a lot of different things, but just have the basic tenets, man. Know how to properly talk. You know, shower, make sure your body is not, you know, your health, right? Make sure you have your health intact. What else? What's that? Health, knowing how to communicate, and just those basic tenets, and I think you'll be fine.
Okay. Mike, how do you think a guy finds their purpose, or how do you help one find their purpose?
You know, it's funny. I think, as a matter of fact, me and you, Sergio, we had this conversation a few days ago, and you know, it's kind of hard to find your purpose when you're lacking in an abundance of money, right?
Yeah.
And the thing is, it goes back to what I said earlier about oxygen, right? When you have an abundance of it, you don't think about it, right? Because in order, because there's a popular saying, you want to chase your passion or your purpose when it comes to making money. No, you want to do what's effective. Do it like in the marketplace. You want to be valuable to the marketplace. Okay, that's how you make money. When you look at it from an objective standpoint, once you do that and gain the abundance of money, just like oxygen, now you have that freedom to look for your purpose. You know what I'm saying? Because your purpose might not make you a lot of money. You know what I'm saying? It might not.
Good point.
You know what I'm saying?
Facts,
So
bro.
once you have the ability to find that purpose beforehand, there's a process. You got to be able to build that abundance of money. So now you're not worried about it. Bills are getting paid. You're doing what you got to do, right? Everything's handled. And now you have that freedom to be at your most creative. And
sometimes it's a privilege to be on your purpose.
Yeah, 100%. And following your passion, because, bro, like, I think it's, I forgot who said this, man, but it's like concrete billionaires. Are they passionate about concrete? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, but it makes a shitload of money, though, right?
Yeah.
So you really just got to make sure that, you don't get those two intertwined. Like, yes, like if your passion just happens to make you a lot of bread, cool,
Dope.
do it. That's
Right,
fantastic. That's the ideal scenario, right? But we don't live in an ideal world now, do we?
Yeah.
So chase what makes you a shitload of money first, get the abundance of that, and now you can go out and try out new things. Because imagine, right, if you had the freedom to try out new things, if you just imagine, right, you had the abundance of money, now you had the freedom to go chase and do new things. Imagine how well-rounded of an individual you'd be, right? Yeah. Trying and doing new shit every day. You might fail at them, but dude, trying and doing new shit every single day, but there's a process first. You need to get that money first.
That's what's up, bro.
Yeah, that's a good one. No, Alfie, what do you think, bro? How do we help guys get their purpose or find it?
That's an excellent question.
Very excellent question.
It's so excellent. I will say this, man, about the purpose thing. You got to be open. That's the first thing, because your shit will change. You know what I mean? And your shit will change from life, and your shit will just change from just everything. Like I see Big Boy talking about Fresh and Fit. Like it's just even watching them, like it opens up different like prescriptions in your lenses. Like before I see, like a lot of people, okay, so boom. So like a lot of people who want to do YouTube and shit, like they have this plan, or I'm gonna be this biggest dating coach, or I'm gonna be this. It happened for accident with me, so it was different. I was already living a good life. I was already traveling the world, plenty of women, all of this shit. And I thought I wanted to be a principal, right? And just just doing this. So it's just like, but see, there's a point to what I'm saying, like the purpose part. So like, I've been doing YouTube, podcast, whatever, 18. So there's been months where I surpass my fucking salary at work, but then there's months that I don't. But since it's my purpose, I actually surpass it every fucking time.
Facts.
You see what I'm saying?
Yep.
It's not that money shit, bro. Like, you see, I put myself in the position that no matter where the fuck I go, I can go to Vegas, I can go Texas. I was in Spain last week, Mexico before that. Wherever I'm at, like, people fuck with me. And that's even like the family thing. Like I can, like when I was in fucking Vietnam a couple of months ago, some black cat hit me up. He watched my content and he owned a fucking bar. Like, he didn't work there. He owned a black guy owns a bar in Vietnam. So it's just like, you never, and then, so he hit me up. I didn't have to run into him. He hit me up, and then I pulled up, and he's just in there chilling. You know what I mean? And it's just like it exposes you to different people, and different people will change you. Period. You know what I mean? It's not necessarily people influencing you, but just like, it's like that cat. Like, damn, this is a black guy in Vietnam. Most guys are like, they're working somewhere. He's a black guy who owns a whole fucking establishment shit. And I would never meet him and shit, but because of my content influenced him, he reached out to me. And so it's just like, wow, like, it's different. Like, so yeah, you may lose some family. Your mama not like own you like that, or, whatever. But it's just like, sometimes you lose stuff, but you gain a lot more.
Yeah.
you know, and you just got to be open for that. Like, you know, like I said, it's a feeling that you can't explain and shit. Just like, you know, like with the books, like my first books went number one, and then another one went number one, and then the next one number one, and then the next one number one.
Crazy.
But so I know I can do that already if I want to, but I got too many ideas to like put one out per. This is too much. It'll drive me fucking crazy. I got this idea, but I got to sit on it so I can like no. I get my money back by the feedback and shit. The money gonna come later. You know what I mean? You know, when people like tell me how things that I've said affected their lives, or even shit that I even forgot about, and I'd be like, oh shit, I said, you know what I mean? And so it's just kind of like, so it's just a different value of everything you do. When it's one thing when you improve your life and you level up and shit, but when you affect other people's lives, bro, that didn't grow up with you, don't have the same values as you, it really does something to you. And it can't really be explained unless you like do it. Like you cannot explain it, you know. Like with the chat, like I really don't give a fuck about nobody but myself and the people who I deal with on a day to day. I just like to have fun. There's nobody in the chat or in real life that can piss me off. I think too highly of myself, and that's just me. I'm just like a witty guy. I'm like that. I was a class clown in school. You know, I got straight A's, but I was still like clown niggas. Like that's just me. And I know I'm not for everybody, but the people who like me really, really like me, and the people that don't, they don't, and that's fine with me. You know what I mean? Because I found my purpose. You know what I'm saying? And you know, it's just to, you know, live my life abundantly and to show other people that they can do it too. A lot of people, y'all be surprised. So many people are scared to be themselves. They're literally scared to be themselves. So I'm the type of person where I'm gonna be myself times 10. You know,
Mm-hmm.
you don't have to live in fear of what other motherfuckers think of you. You know, it's a it's a it's a feeling that it's just like it's just like a hot day. You're taking all your clothes off. When you really stop caring, like I mean, shit, like I don't even talk to my whole fucking mom. You know what I'm saying?
Let's go.
So why? So if I don't have a relationship with my own mom, why? What make you think a bitch can get under my skin on that level, or some fucking asshole? Like you know, that's that's where I came from. So if I ain't getting that, so there's no like you cannot. You, I don't know. So it's just a trip, man. Once you really find it and it's your niche, it's just changing, and you can't really like I mean like I know people hear me, and it's about what we said earlier, like things come around later. Like you can hear this shit, and you're like, oh yeah, that's it. But until you really at that point in your life, then you really get it. You know what I'm saying? So you know that's what I got to say.
Yeah. No.
I'll simplify it too. We use purpose a lot. Purpose. What the fuck is the purpose? Your purpose will change. Like Afi said, you know, when I was younger, my purpose was getting hosed. You know, when you get older, you realize that hose, you know, they are what they are. You enjoy them, and then it's time to move on. So I would equate purpose to goals. I think a lot of guys don't know how to set goals. They set unrealistic goals, and I think that if we equate goals and purpose, and we incrementally increase your goals and accomplishing your goals, not only is it going to give you more confidence, but it's going to give you more of a definitive direction as to what your grand purpose will be, right? So it's kind of like purpose is like the big picture. But in order to get the big picture, the goals are the details in the picture. So if you're establishing goals daily and you're making them realistic and you're setting yourself up to accomplish those goals, not only are you going to get, like I said, confidence, but you're also going to start to put more detail into the picture. Now you're going to start to put colors, you're going to start to shade, and now when you look back, you're going to see your whole fucking shit, and that's going to be your purpose. Now, don't compare your purpose to other people. We talk about money. I've made money and I felt empty. I make less money and I'm a little bit more fulfilled. So everybody's purpose is different. You have to design a picture that you are going to be proud of. And I think by you doing that, you set goals for yourself to detail the picture and the purpose. And then once you get that in, then you realize whether this is the direction you want to take or you paint another picture. But setting goals will help you get a clearer definition of what your purpose should be.
And let me say this too. And this is no disrespect. If you know me for reals, you know I'm very transparent. I don't give a fuck. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not no YouTube character like the fucking rest of these guys. You like me or you don't. But I will say this. No shots, no fucking bullshit. But when I started YouTube 18, I was surprised that, I mean, it doesn't sound, but I'm just real. I was surprised that people actually thought AMS made the purpose shit up. Like, that was fucking weird to me. Purpose Driven Life. That's the book that I read. Like, I didn't.
Yeah.
I mean, it's cool that's obviously a self improvement, but it's just kind of weird how people thought that he made up that concept. Like, be on your purpose, like AMS. Like, no, just be on your purpose because that's like a part of fucking life. You see what I'm saying? Okay, like another example, ARC, Alan Roger Curry. If y'all know him, like another one. We made videos about each other. Fuck him, whatever. But the whole thing is, dude, you didn't. How you gonna try to take credit for being assertive with hoes? Like, that's weird to me. Like, oh yeah, that's a copyright infringement code. Like, dude, no, you just the fucking mode 1 shit is just being direct. How the fuck you gonna take credit for human fucking nature, bro? You think cavemans wouldn't be in direct with they bitches? You know what I'm saying? Go
It's
give
crazy.
me some food, right? But he just like, no, like he'll literally go there with you, like, no, that's mine. No, I ain't created it. You didn't fucking create it. That's a part of life, fool. Either you passive with bitches or you ain't. You can't just say I created that. So if you are seducing hoes and you straightforward, you got that from me. I don't even fucking know you, and I've been doing that shit. What the fuck you mean?
Goofy, yeah, same here.
It's kind of what I mentioned earlier. Like, it's competition. You know, for years people hated the Patriots because they kept winning Super Bowls, but they figured it out. So whoever the guy that you're talking about, like, man, he figured it out. He capitalized on it, and he made money. And that's the unfortunate reality of what we going against as men. Like, people will do stuff like what you said, and they'll be successful.
Yeah,
and it's crazy. Like, and it is what it is. It's like he took. You know, shout out to AMS. I mean, that was the first person I heard when I got the red pill stuff. So when it comes to the purpose stuff, like, he just knew how to captivate a specific type of audience, and then he just drove them, and then they eventually went to something else. So it's competition. At the end of the day, he competed. He figured out a little wrinkle in the game. He made it his own, and then he was successful on it. So it's just, you know, that's what we deal with. Yeah.
And it's just really real. Like, you know, he dead. No disrespect, but I'm just saying. It just like I say, I'm coming into this shit older. I'm not coming in this shit 22. I came in this shit damn near 40
it's radical.
Anyway. And it, like I said, it would just boggle me. Like an example. Like, say I go to the club. Meet a chick, and fuck her, right? Somebody would be like, "You went mode 1 on her?" No, what the fuck are you talking about? No, she just liked me, and I fucking seduced her ass and made her pussy wet. I don't know what the hell you talking about. I mode 1 of her. What the fuck does that even mean? No, I understand attraction. The bitch, she thought I smelled good and shit like that. Like, it had nothing to do with, all right, I had to get, learn to. You know what I'm saying? Like, hold on, what do you say? What do you say? Like, no, I gotta tell her what. Like, you put my arm around her. You know what I mean? Like, it's weird. Like, what the fuck, bro? What do you know what I mean? Like, it's life. Like, it's not. How you gonna put like a stamp on things that just are?
That people just do.
For real. Like,
yeah. No. No. What about you, bro? On the end, what do you think about guys can do to find their purpose?
Honestly, bro, I really truly think men really know what their purpose is. In the beginning, they know what it is. Like, if they know they want to motivate people, they want to be like a Tony Robbins type of shit, they know that's what it is. But I really think what stops them is the rejection and not the validation and the support that comes with it. I really think that really stops men because men, we really, like I said, we really, as much as I say that, we should love our, we need to love ourselves and all that, but at the end of the day, we really thrive off that validation of, yeah, you can do it. Yeah, go do it. Yeah, you really did it, and look at you, and blah blah blah, and that really that really strokes a man's ego. So
even little shit like just like for me, like I said, this isn't for everybody. This is for me. Like I never really understood the concept of being scared of rejection, right? Like a lot of guys fear rejection. I never understood that concept because why do you give a fuck about a stranger? I don't get it. Like if I go up to a girl and she don't like me, I'm never gonna see her fucking again. Why do I give a fuck? Like, oh shit, I don't want to talk to her because if I do and she don't like me, then I ain't gonna get her number. Like I don't understand. Like just go fucking talk to another one. Like it doesn't
make sense.
Yeah, like fear rejection of people that in your life at least. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
If you got a girlfriend, fear the rejection of that pussy she not giving you. Like that shit matters. You want pussy and you can't get it, you in the house. But like just if you
The random bitch.
see somebody on the street, and why do you care if she like you? Like why does it matter? Because whatever type of talk y'all have, when it ends, it's gone. Either y'all shit gonna continue or that's it. Like how does that like
It just
make you moving forward? Like if a bitch say like I can meet one and she can like dark skinned 6 foot bald headed guys. So why the fuck would I take that personal if she don't want to talk to me? I'm not what the bitch like. Like what's the fucking big deal?
it's I think it's a combination, like kind of what Alpha Villain said earlier, like understanding like we do have this information, but just knowing how to apply it, right? So there's misinformation too, right? There's a duality. So you have the good information and the bad information, and what we're seeing is a lot of guys just are completely misinformed. And so it takes men like us that have that power, that have that influence to guide them in the proper direction. So that way that they know, hey, look, you have to have an abundance mindset. This is not a participation. This is a competition. You're going to take L's. You're going to take lessons. You're going to take losses. But understand that those lessons and those losses are going to help improve you in the process. So when you do catch your win, it'll be so much gratifying because you'll understand, okay, that rejection is really what's helping me. I learned it in sales. I encourage guys to go in sales. Hard no fucking sales. Yeah. Go into door-to-door sales and go into 100% commission because if you don't make the sale, you don't make money. You're going to improve in that aspect because you're going to learn like, okay, damn, what was it that I said that didn't get this person? You have to understand maybe the person just didn't like you. Maybe they just didn't want what you were selling at that time. But somebody out there, it's a numbers game. Same thing with women, guys. Understand you're going to have to keep getting rejected. And when you get that final win, you better be prepared because if you're not, it's going to be a drastic loss and that's going to be a knock on your self-esteem. Right. And I think that's why a lot of guys, they don't understand that these losses that you're taking is part of your life as a man because you're not the same as a woman. You're not the same. We are completely different. We walking in completely different paths. So just understand that. And I think that the information that's getting out there, man, just understand there's misinformation, guys. Get the best information to help you in your situation. And I think that you'll be able to see the better results for your situation. So.
Okay.
Yeah, trauma builds you. You know, right. Trauma builds you, but it's not the same way for women, man. You have to be able to go through and get rejected, like you said, man. Yeah. Because now when you get rejected, you're more battle hardened and you're able to go on and take on new tasks differently. Right, just like callous, just like in the gym, man. In the gym, hitting progressive overload, going for those heavier weights, man. Same thing with life. You got to be able to really just take on those small tasks first, and that's another problem too. A lot of guys, when they try to set goals, they set goals that are too high to begin with.
Yes,
you know what I'm saying. They're setting goals that are way too high to begin with, and obviously, it's cool to have goals that that you want to aspire to reach, right? But you gotta, really
there's levels to this shit.
Yeah, yes. It's like having a millionaire mindset before you're even at 6 figures.
Right, precisely.
You know what I'm saying? You really just gotta make sure you complete those small tasks first, and now once you get that dopamine, right? That positive dopamine, and dopamine nowadays, that's a big issue too, because now with porn, social media, it's all very accessible. Some guys, they wake up, all they do.
Oh, man, you see, I'm gonna just say this real quick because y'all funny because you lucky. I mean, not lucky, but whatever. You 22, dude. You know when I was 22, you know the process of watching porn when I was 22. It was a process.
Yeah.
Right. Them joint you had first off, we had to get somebody old enough to get into the fucking what's the section? You know what I'm saying? And then them bitches would be hitting for $49.99. You know what I mean? Like it wasn't, you know, there wasn't even no online porn. I remember like Jake Steed and shit. Like they would give you the 2-minute clips. Like it wasn't no such thing. I couldn't even imagine just. I couldn't imagine being
now.
your age and just having unlimited access to porn. It was such a scarcity thing. Like I remember when I was young and somebody got the new hot shit, because you know they got the stupid shit, like the compilations with the fucking old shit nobody wants to watch. A free playback, 1973 and shit, compilations, old shit. But the new premiere shit with the ones you wanted and shit, you know.
And you got to think about it, man. Like all this porn that's accessible now through online, what incentive is there for a guy to go out and fucking be a hustler or do some shit? You're already getting your fucking dopamine that you should have been getting just from, building yourself up as a man and then getting some pussy, right? But now you're getting that in 2 seconds.
Sure.
You know what I'm saying? So it's really fucking up guys. It's making them lazy. It's making them lethargic. You know, so that's some shit that not really a lot of people talk about, man.
No, fact. For the last question, guys, to close it out, I got a really good one, I think. What is a problem that y'all think the manosphere has right now, and how do we fix it? Let's start on the opposite side this time, though, that we normally been doing over here on the right.
This side?
Yeah.
Oh. But the manosphere has something going wrong. I'll say it. They got this whole thing with the chicks all wrong, bro. Like this whole like red pill, blue pill. Like it's just like you just gotta understand females. Like it's just not. It's all bullshit, to be completely honest. Like you just gotta know who to fucking talk to, who to trust, and that's really it. I hate to be so simple with it, but it's just like I used to make this shit so hard until I didn't. Until I met the right people. This whole red pill shit about women and that they're bitches and they're all this, and it's just like it's not that. So I think the manosphere really has it all wrong about women.
Okay.
So yeah,
that's what they need to fix. What about you, AB?
Yeah, I mean, respect to the red pill community, respect to the manosphere community. I wasn't here during the inception of it, so I definitely respect the OGs and what they've accomplished, the niches and the things that they've helped. Because again, I haven't prevented any suicides. I haven't, so I respect all that. However, for me, I think there is too much of a focus on female nature as opposed to male nature, right? And we are so focused on trying to understand women, we are tending to forget understanding ourselves. And that's the direction of my channel. I really want to put a focus on understanding ourselves, because when you understand yourself, you kind of save a lot of time and you don't gravitate to women that you're trying to understand, right? So if you're trying to understand women before you understand yourself, now any woman is accessible to you in the sense where they can hurt your feelings and shit or ghost you and shit like that. So for me, I think if we really look at ourselves in the mirror and we really focus on what we are, what we want with standards and etc., and we're on our purpose or goals, I think that will be more beneficial to men as opposed to really trying to figure out women. And I will say this too, lastly, there is more money in the disease than the cure. I think the cure is looking at yourself in the mirror and understanding what you want. I think the disease is the quote unquote red pill. I think a lot of guys prey on the trauma that we've all experienced. I think a lot of guys prey on the fact that, their quote unquote love and support is contingent on you constantly needing them to guide you, as opposed to taking the training wheels off. So I think the bottom line is, it hurts their bottom line when we all grow up and look in the mirror, but they don't want you to. They rather you look at them than look in the mirror. So that's my take on that.
Yeah, they're gonna make a lot more money keeping you a customer and single than they are
Precisely.
making you actually a good person.
Precisely.
Yeah. For me, what's the direct? What I change about the manosphere?
What is the problem with the manosphere, you think, and how can we fix it?
Problem with the manosphere. I just think people need to learn how to manage their egos. It's like unnecessary competition, and just like the watchers this is like, should I say personal, like the watchers, like you guys hear this videos and you hear this video was good, this video wasn't, but when you're like doing this shit, bro, and you know these cats for real, it's like a different,
Facts.
it's a whole different thing. Like if you're just a viewer, we almost can't have a conversation. I'm just gonna be real, because I'm a viewer and a maker. You know what I mean?
And we behind the curtain.
Yeah, I make shit and do shit. So I think the manosphere needs to focus on the key word, which is man.
Right.
Man. So you need to produce more man and more leaders.
There you go.
Right? That's what need to be the focus. You know, however much pussy you get, that's your own personal shit. You know what I mean? If I like to have my one girlfriend and you like to have threesomes and you like to have that don't make you, or that doesn't make us different levels of man. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Because that's our own personal shit. Our bedroom shit is that's what it is. It's our bedroom shit. Yeah. So I think that we need to focus on making more leaders, because leaders make leaders. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Just like teachers teach people, and then those kids become leaders, but they still have to be taught first. You know what I mean? So I would say that focus more on leaders. We can get all types of that don't really matter, bro. Like, cause you know, see the thing is these women throw out pussy easy now, anyways, bro. Like, you know, oh, you wasn't on that when I was talking to King Dre on the webinar the other day, and it's just like, man, like, you know, we was teaching the webinar, and it's just funny how, you know, the guys were just basically saying, yeah, I did everything right, and she ghosted me, and I was just telling Dre, because Dre's like, you know, 42, and he's just like, back in our day, in the 90s, 2000s, if we had hit a girl, that was the problem, because we like, damn, she wants to be our girlfriend now. Like, there was no such thing back then that if you had sex with a girl, she was on you. There was no such thing as a girl fucking you and you can't find her. Yeah. You know, I mean, unless you just 30-second man, then that's your own personal shit. But there was no possible way you meet a girl, you fuck the shit out of her, take her. She don't ghost you. Like, she wants to be your girlfriend. Like, so it's just weird that how things have changed with women, and they're in a power position to be able to do that. You know what I mean? Like, you know, but now in the day, I fuck bitches, and then they be like, "What are we?" That be the problem. I didn't worry about, I fucked the shit out of her. Is she gonna text me tomorrow? Like, that wasn't even. It wasn't even a thing. There was no such thing as that. You know what I mean? But you know, you young, so it sounds like what the fuck. But just seriously,
yeah, I get you, bro.
In the 90s, when you fucked, that was your girlfriend in her head.
Right.
Regardless of what the fuck y'all. So she gave you that girlfriend energy. You didn't have to like fucking. I'd never had to like fuck a girl and have to chase her down and shit back then. It's just like a concept that's new to me and shit. Like, I fuck you, I make you bust now, you call me all types of daddies, you get up and cook for me, and then I don't hear from you no more. Like, that's weird. Like, that don't. But that's how it is now. And it's you guys that are younger. You guys are. It's just. I guess that's like normal to you, but I'm the medium age to where I'm adapted to the new shit, but I'm still young enough to remember the old shit. And it's just kind of just different, you know what I mean?
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, back then, bro, I mean, in your day, there wasn't social media, bro. Nowadays, if a chick is happy with you, man, like she's good. You know what I'm saying? If you were the top guy in that town, you're cool, man. You know what I'm saying? But nowadays, if you're a woman and you got 2K followers, man, you're exposed to these guys with blue checks who are in Miami and Dubai. There's always a better option.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? There's always a better option, and they're hypergamous by nature. They want to get better. You know, so if there's a bunch of options there, like, damn, like, Danny over here makes me happy, but, you know, look, what's his name? What's a good name? What's an exotic name? Leonardo in Dubai.
And the other
really
dudes will spin, too. They actually make it hard, because it's like, I can't compete with some of this shit, because I ain't finna trick off on no bitch. Like, I ain't gonna compete. Like, if you got 5,000, I ain't gonna be like, I got 7. Like, shit, have her. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Competition over. You know what I mean? I take the 2. Like, fuck that shit, bro.
Well, Mike, back to you on what do you think is a problem with the manosphere right now, and how can we fix it if there's one?
You know, from a bird's eye view, from what I see right now, I'm not going to name any names, but there's a lot of guys out there, you know, who are creating content and they see it as a cash grab and they want to profit off Sims. You know, and it's scary because, you know, obviously there's money now to where you can distract from Sims and not actually make them better, but just create some program or some course and to, kind of leverage them being simps and to, not really show them how to move in the real world. Like, it's all vanity metrics. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, if I can get you up to this certain amount of followers, I'm gonna get this amount of bitches. Or if I get you in this certain place, it's gonna guarantee you bitches. Like, no, you know what I'm saying? Like, there's but there's guys out there.
Can't skip the work.
Yeah, shout out to the guys out there creating content who are actually going through the nitty gritty about what it takes to really be a successful guy in this world and how to really get everything that you want. But, there's a lot of guys out there, man, from what I'm seeing, they're just using it as a cash grab, bro. And it's unfortunate because, these guys are already spending money on OnlyFans. You know what I'm saying? Now they're paying dudes who are just seeing it as a cash grab.
That was good you brought that. Just like earlier today, I went live with Melanie King. So y'all probably know her. Y'all think she's a baddie and all this fucking shit or whatever. You know what I mean?
How old is she?
I don't know how old she is. But the whole point is we went live and shit. And the thing is, because you talk about the cash grab, like she making content. She like the views she get in the super chat. So but it's funny, like dudes in there be trying to like talk shit to me to make her to appease her and shit. Like, bro, she ain't finna get none of you niggas in this chat no pussy, bro. None.
Right.
If put it like this, if she was about to give somebody watching the pussy, then yeah, but it ain't. She ain't gonna be like, oh, this guy in the chat's pretty funny. Let me DM him later. Like, she don't fuck. She's there. She's there for a fucking reason.
Yeah, just to put it bluntly, bro. There's a pattern. Yeah. The girls that make content on male self improvement and all that shit or whatever, think about it. More than likely older. You know what I'm saying? They're out of the game. You see all these bad bitches, you think they're making content, they don't give a fuck, bro. Right. They're out there living life, bro. This shit is easy. You know what I'm saying? Right. Like, why the fuck would they be making content? They're out there getting sugar daddies and shit. Like, when it comes to girls, man, like, if they're old, man, like, just to put it, just in simple terms, if they're older, you know what I'm saying, or if they're just out of the game, now, it's funny, when they're not getting free drinks from guys anymore, oh, shit, I'm more mature now, it's like, fuck, like, you know what I'm saying? How am I going to get more attention? I guess I'll just make content on how to help men. You know what I'm saying? This is the new shit. That's how I can get some money. You know what I'm saying?
That shit be hilarious and shit. Like, just certain little people like Jessica X. She make all this fucking money. She ain't never even showed herself. Like, how, bro? How? The misogynist coming out. How we cashing out? How we cashing out a woman paying her bills and shit? And she don't even show her fucking face, bro. The London accent, it mean that much to you? Guess what? I like London accents. Guess what? I went over there and fuck London bitches in the actual place. I'm not gonna get online and listen to a fucking avatar talk and get turned on because she talk. Just why don't you go over there and fuck with them hoes then? Like, you could go turn the camera off and make a living and shit. Yeah, man. Nobody knows who the fuck you look. You like there's little option, edit photo, and you put that shit up, and now you have a whole living and shit.
Yeah, and just lastly on the original question, Sergio, it's sad to see when guys see this as cash grabs because Sims fuck it up for everybody, bro. Sims fuck it up for everybody. So if you're not actually teaching them tangible, tactics or just tangible information that'll actually help them get out of that state, well, they're gonna fuck it up for guys like us.
Fucking up for everybody
because now they're giving guys a bad name, bro. You know what I'm saying? And I genuinely want to help guys improve because when you're girls is not gonna make you happy, man. As a guy. Yeah, getting some bucks is cool, but dude, like getting out there, conquering, doing shit, you know what I'm saying? Making a name for yourself, building your legacy, like my boy Ra was saying. That's what gives you that's what gives you satisfaction as a man. You know what I'm saying? So it's a shame when guys all they see is cash grab. It's like, okay, I can make money off of this guy. You know what I'm saying? But bro, like me personally, and I know every guy here at the table, right? They want to help guys improve and stop, living a life of mediocrity. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, it's unfortunate.
Put it like this, bro. It's so real. Maybe I'll still do it. I've actually thought about getting one of these chicks I know with a nice voice just to make content so we can get some money. Because it's like, well, I see somebody else do it, but I might as well be the coach and shit. Like, hey, you talk soft? You talk soft? Cool. Let's get some game. I'll tell you what to say. Oh, I don't want to be on camera. Guess what, bitch? You ain't even got to show yourself. Look at these other motherfuckers. Look at that cat. You want some of that? Okay, just talk. Instead of talking like this, how you talk, start talking like this and shit, and we can make money. The bitch will be like, seriously, that's all I got to do? And you know what I mean? And that's all you got to do. Yeah. You talk sweet to these fucking guys and get them to their fancy, and they fucking pay. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I mean, shit, like, goddamn, bro, like, at least get the phone number. Like, you know what I'm saying? Y'all just dropping these $100, these $50 and shit just so she could be like, thank you, Brent, for your support. That was worth it? That was worth your $50. Bitch didn't tell you no shit. She didn't fix anything. She didn't say, hey, this about you, do this. None of that shit. Just, oh, thank you, hon. Thank you for showing up. That was worth your 100. Like, what the fuck, bro? You could just, you could took your family out to fucking the hometown buffet or some shit. Or something. You know what I'm saying? Some bitch give you attention for like 5 seconds and shit.
Yeah.
Just a word of advice, guys. How about instead of spending thousands of dollars on bottles on bitches that don't want you, how about you spend it on a course and improve yourself, bro? Like what my boy Sergio is about to put out pretty soon. You know what I'm saying? So you can actually go and get some bitches without having to trick. You know what I'm saying? It's all about how you use your money and how you use your resources, man. Like, why are you going to spend thousands of bottles on bitches that don't want to fuck with you, man? It's like, oh, thank you for the Casamigos. Oh, go to the next section.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, use that money to actually get some tangible information, man. Like, dude, it's crazy, bro.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Here, Rod, save these guys, man. What's something that we can, or what's something wrong with manosphere, and how can we fix it?
It goes back to what I said, kind of alluded earlier. Like a lot of these older guys, eventually they're gonna pass off. They're gonna pass away, and then it's gonna be a new wave of guys that's got to come in, and it's gonna be a choice that you have to make. Either you want to do this to make money and screw a bunch of men over for the next generation, or you're the guy that's gonna come in, make a legacy, and actually help men improve and get them to where they should be and where you want them to be. I'll say that for myself. I'm the guy that wants to actually help men and not worry about the fucking money, because I understand if I help these men when I die, they will continue to build on that legacy. And so we just have to understand that it's a duality. We're going to have guys that's going to go out there and do it because that's their choice. They live in a first world country where they can do what they want to do. And if you're allowing yourself to allow these men to do it, you're giving your consent to allow the person to do it. So you just have to continue to battle, fight the good fight. But as far as like a solution, you just have a choice to make. You either take the red pill.
My brother,
You either take the blue pill, right? It's just an analogy, but you got to make a choice. You got to understand that people are out there, right? There's wolves in sheep's clothing. It is what it is. They're out there to get you. You need to be aware of these people and what they're doing, and you need to know the people that's trying to help you. So make a decision, stay on one side, and like we said earlier, go for the long haul. Go for the people that want to continue to help you to improve. So when that person pass over, you will have something to say about that person, and then you can pass that on to your person. So that's what I think. That's what I think is going to happen. But these guys or the clowns that's doing it, they're going to continue to do it, and they're going to compete. And if they're winning, people are going to gravitate towards them. So it's tough, man, but it is what it is,
Yeah, like look at this. The last podcast I did was with this lady. Shout out to her because she's a real one. V Live baby, and she's a very attractive woman. Got like 50,000 followers and fat ass and shit. So we did the interview and shit. And she's telling me how guys be DMing her, jacking off and shit. Like she literally opened her shit like this is what she said. Like, and I know she ain't playing either. And she was even like, what the fuck? Because she went viral. So she like, I had 1,000 subs in fucking November. Now I got 50,000. So now all these athletes is hitting me up, blue checks hitting me up. Dudes be just whipping their shit out and just jacking, no words. And then sometimes she's like, sometimes I look at it, sometimes I don't. And then sometimes if I look at dudes be trying to apologize, like, oh my bad, whatever. You know what I mean? It's just like, why y'all? Like, I don't know what makes you do that. Like, she hella thick. Let me. Hold on, I got something for her right now. Hold on. You got like how? What's the process? Like, just be a person. Like, just tell her you like her. Tell her you want to take her on a date. Like, how do you start off an interaction, jacking off your dick in somebody's inbox and being mad that it don't go nowhere, right?
Yep.
It's crazy, Damn.
So over to you, bro, on the far left. Let's see. What do you think about saving the manosphere, man?
Yeah, I mean, I see two main issues with them. Probably the first one is there's so much, inner conflict and fighting and drama between all the content creators. Obviously, like my boy Mike said, they're just trying to get a paycheck, trying to get views, trying to get attention. And, obviously you got to pay the bills, but we're not here for that. We're here to improve people, improve men and women. And the other issue, which is why I removed myself from the manosphere, is just there's so much hate on women. Everyone just wants to talk shit and dunk on these hoes for women not being what they'll ever be to you. You know, just understand them, be grateful for what they are, what they bring to the table, and just move on. You know,
I like the way you said
wise.
dunk on these hoes. That was kind of saucy.
yeah, that's what they're doing, bro.
No, it was pretty good. That was pretty hilarious. It was on.
Wow.
It was on point. It really is, man. Sometimes it is like a big bashing match. But I mean, that's what gets clicks. That's what makes money. It's hard to fucking go against that. So, but no, I really agree with you on that whole point, bro. Just to kind of close out, I'm just gonna go through the super chats really quick from the whole show. Thank you. Oh wait, yeah, well, it was $1 from Michael Mitruk. Thank you, bro. The $2
Shout
from
out to
Big
Mike.
Boy.
He's a good.
Yeah, he's the best mod on YouTube.
Oh yeah.
$5
Appreciate that,
from
Mike.
Or wait, let me do this one first. This was right. Shout out to Purple Pod, number one day podcast in Dallas. Thank you for everything. It's out for the future and what we will do. Of course, Grios. I can't wait, bro. $10 also from Grios. Greatness from small beginnings. We've taken over a city at a time. Shout out to Vigornami by Rod Eric and Up the Mic. Amazing content coming soon. Stay tuned. This is Warning Shot. FNF Dallas growing. Yes, it is, guys.
Let's work, bro.
And then $5 from Grios. Agree with Mike and Rod Eric. Sergio is asking a good question. The more you invest in the long term, the more you win in life. FNF Dallas once again for sure, guys. No, oh wait, we just got another 10 that came in. Ombre of the house. Too much talk, not enough action is the problem with the manosphere. There is a way to fake it, but eventually it falls short of any expectation. The pressure to produce for your family will amplify you. Big facts, dude. Thank you so much for your support. But yeah,
Fake
big
abs.
fucking facts.
But I will add this though. This shit has changed though, because like if you knew coming in was 13, 23, if you knew coming in the last year or two, it was different than it was different than what it is now. Like 2019, 18, it was a whole different vibe, just a whole different everything.
Yep.
But like, you know, it's like the kids. Like, so if you're just coming in late, like if you just seen this shit like 6 months ago, you don't know the difference because that's you just what you see is what it is. But this shit it started off as a real thing about helping man and shit. It just turned into something else. The intent was good though, but it just evolved into something.
So it got infiltrated. That's what you're saying.
Yeah, and I heard about this a lot lately. Like Rello's been talking about this too. There's a lot of other people in the manosphere that have been talking about exactly what you just said. How like it was way different. It was really about like self-improvement and stuff, and then it just got took over by the money. It's just money, man.
Yeah.
As soon as greed gets part of something, it fucks it over. Yeah. But guys, this was a fucking amazing panel. Everybody shout yourself out really quick. Let's start with Brett over on the left, man. Let them know where they can find you, bro, just really quick.
Yeah, for sure. You can follow me at Instagram, Bray Brent. You know, if you need anything with the car, anything with hypnotherapy, hit me up. And Sergio, thank you for having me.
Dude, I'm going to hit you up for the hypnotherapy. That's fucking, I know how big of a deal it is. MLD was talking to me about it. I really want to try some of that shit out. So I'm going to be right up there with you, man. Rod, go ahead.
Shout out to the Purple Pit Podcast, Sergio, everybody that put this together, man. You can find me on Instagram, YouTube, and Twitter at Rod Eric. That's ROD, the letter XERIC. So at Rod Eric. I'm in the business of helping men improve. I'm the for example to be example guy. So all of my vlogs, the things that I talk about is to help improve you, to bring the best out of yourself. And if you ever have any questions, you guys can DM me. I'm not hard to find. I will respond back to you, and I'm going to do my very best to make sure that you get the best out of your situation. So thanks.
No, thank you, bro.
Yeah, man, it's always a pleasure to be here. You know what I'm saying? It's always great to have a discussion with like-minded men, you know what I'm saying, who are out here in the world doing it. But yeah, man, follow me at Up the Mic on all platforms, man. Because like I said, man, you guys in the chat and every man here, bro, who watches this later on the replay, you have a choice to make.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? It's never too late to really make a decision that'll change your life. So whether it's getting right with your fitness, getting right with your mindset, getting right with your inner game, you know what I'm saying? So when it comes to all that, man, just, you know, like I said, Up the Mic on all platforms, you know what I'm saying? I'll help guide you, you know what I'm saying? Just like all these other guys at the table, you know what I'm saying? So like I said, you always have a choice to make, you know? So shout out to you guys, shout out to Sergio in the back. And yeah, man, it's great. Pleasure to be here.
Thank you for coming, bro.
Cool. Thank you for having me. Back to back and shit with the ladies last night and today.
Yeah, dude. Thank you so much.
Giving truths and signals and stuff like that. You guys make sure you follow me on not follow me, but subscribe to my YouTube channel. It's International AFI and AFI Kingdom, same thing. And then subscribe to my YouTube channel, AFI Kingdom. Podcasts, travel vlogs, shit like that, motivation. panels, whatever. And then follow me on Instagram, international.afi. Afi is my name. If you want to get in contact, you send me a DM. I respond to every DM that I get. And if you want consulting, coaching, hit me at dominancemindset.org.
Nice. Thank you, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Sergio, thanks for having me on, man. This was awesome. Salute to the panel, the participators, the donators, man. I go by the name of AV, aka Alpha Villains. Please make sure you guys follow me on Instagram at Alpha Villains. Also, subscribe to my YouTube channel at Alpha Villains. I have a morning show called Finish Your Breakfast with AV, live weekday mornings, 8:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And lastly, if you are tired of compromising as a man, I got a new book out that just came out today called Masculine Compromise. It's on Amazon.com. If you are a man, you're tired of compromising your masculinity, it is the opportunity to emancipate yourself from the journey of emasculation. So thank you for having me on, guys. This was awesome. Keep grinding.
Thank you, bro. What about you on the far right?
All right,
Jay.
cool. What's up, y'all? I really appreciate you having me on tonight, and it's been a pleasure.
Yeah, shout out your Instagram so they can follow you, bro.
Yeah.
We gotta get your followers up.
It's it's JVibe21. Just follow me, and if you got any questions, just DM me, and yeah, that's what's up.
Y'all, go follow him, please. Go follow
JVibe21.
JVibe21.
Get
We
him
got
to 40.
We gotta get him. Yeah, we gotta get him up.
He on
please.
36 right now. Get him to 40.
If y'all real ones, y'all gotta go do this for us, please. And y'all, no, thank y'all guys all
Press a
for
fire sign if y'all went and did it. 40. Just
Yeah.
only 4 of y'all. That's it.
No, but thank y'all all so much for coming, guys. This is the first time I ever got to do a all male panel like this. This is like a really. I hope we get to do this again next time y'all are in town. We know we're fucking doing this. Mike, Rod, you know we're gonna be doing this. Brett, you're definitely a part of this group now. You're in Dallas, bro. You're gonna have to be here for anything that we're gonna be doing, also, man. And then yeah, and Jay, you're also a part of the crew now. So yeah, we're gonna have to start do this more often, guys. But yeah, thank you everybody that came and watched tonight. I appreciate all the super chats and everybody that came. Jose, Ombre, my girl, everybody. But yeah, we will see y'all on Monday night, guys. Peace the fuck out.
Peace.
I don't know how to do the audio that Donnie does, so bye.